good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Warhammer Fantasy. It's been a little while, having taken a week off for life stuff. We're now back with the group, and I think we have everyone today, don't we? We have a Ludwig. Yeah?
Hello, hello.
Yeah, hello Ludwig. We have a Joris, the sailor. Yeah?
Hallo, goeiedag.
And we have a Rogel.
Oh yeah,
I'm
I'm here.
do. Good. And we got a Carl. And this is hopefully just helpful for those that are trying to keep track of the campaign and what the hell is going on. And we also have an Oleg. How's the accent going?
I think the accent is okay, but I might get sick of it halfway through.
It was on point. It was on point. So, quick shout out. Thank you for Sirenscape. Thank you to the players for showing up, for keeping this entertaining. Looking forward to today, see what they want to get up to. We're just going to improv this and see what happens. Summary of last session. Shout out to the Echo as well, coming from one of the players. We're going to have to sort that out because that's going to trigger me. Who is giving it? Ludwig, I'm going to have to mute you, man.
Ludwig!
Is that me? Sorry.
Yeah. There we go. Yay, I can talk now. Fine. Cool. Okay. So, recap on last session, the group arrived back to Boghaffen. Things were fairly chilled. Until they decided to try and earn some money. And Carl, Rogel, and Joris went doing some debt collection work for the halflings and signed up as well to the guild that has no name. Which is wonderful until they went to the house of a nobleman and tried to force him to repay some money. I think they got some money in the end and stole a bunch of items from him and sort of ransacked the house. Rogel cast a spell to sort of confuse his memory for an hour or so. I believe the roll indicated that he will remember what happened in a sort of an hour later.
Yeah.
Ludwig, meanwhile,
it was pretty bad.
It was. It might bite one in the bum eventually.
I might not want to roll over 80s again. I don't know. I can't.
It leads very neatly into the current situation of the group wanting to leave town fairly fast. Ludwig, however, went to go look after some books and stay in the library and do studying and various priestly things, and while there, learn that some books were being stolen. However, during the night, a noise aroused small, delicate Ludwig, having been beaten previously by a wraith. He went to go and stop the intruder, and seeing a small child climb out the window, went to grab for the leg, reaching for this child. Hand met his hand, though, or arm, and a searing burning sensation sent him unconscious. And another critical wound later. Ludwig is still alive, slightly confused, I think. And the group has reconvened and is now ready to get the hell out or stay, depending on whatever the hell you guys want to do. So, it is the morning. You are currently gathered around the cart, which is in the pit, near Grandma's house, parked around the back. I will make the assumption that you are all doing something in that vicinity. Over to you. What do you guys like to do today?
Say goodbye to Grandmama.
Yes, Grandma is doing very good, and she looks forward to you never visiting again.
Oh, but I will.
I'm coming back from the market with all the stuff, like both hands full of like small wooden sticks and clothes and stuff that digged for the building and a small keg for lamp oil and everything. And like, yeah, a man only does one trip and I come back. I think I got everything. Are we ready to depart, or should we build it in here?
Strong man. No, we need to build it outside a city.
Yeah.
Well,
I really done goofed. I promise you, I done goofed really hard. We need to get out.
Done goofed?
well,
you know what I usually do, right? I always make us have to flee.
Oh, yeah, we should leave then, quickly.
Well, then, get on. I hope there's still a city with some books from here to Drachenfels. If not, I have to find them myself.
Well, that's a good question. Where do you guys want to go? I know Moorland Fort's on the way. We can go there. Moorland Fort? Moorland Fort? Molulu?
Weren't we attacked by cultists the last time we went there?
It'll be fine. It'll be
And then they
fine.
had
I'm pretty sure the witch hunters stopped hunting us. I mean, what?
they had that thing in the sewers that was really big and it had all the big tendrils.
Yeah, but I still
Did
have
they
its
eat you?
skull. What?
That doesn't sound
No.
all too
Oh, you're
charismatic.
talking
that-
about the big octopus thing. The what was
Is
that
what
thing
it
called?
is? Master.
The bog octopus, I think it was what they called it.
Bago.
But for some reason, it was in a sewer.
Yeah, well, that's still there too. So, do we really want to go to Molenfort?
Well, we could
Do
go
we
to
have supplies
Moorland
to
Fort.
go past it?
Ludwig? Even
Jonas?
if need be, we could just
Bro?
stay outside of Moorland Fort with the cart and let them go in the town so that we don't get seen.
So
that sounds
everybody is
possible.
aware. The last time we went to Molenfort, the local warrior priest who was secretly a cultist attacked us with a mob.
Yeah, but he attacked us under the orders
With
of
the-
that child.
He attacked you with a mop?
No, mob.
Was he a
People.
sailor?
No. If he was, we would have gotten along.
Didn't you already give away your mop?
Yes, I gave it to Grengren.
Oh,
She
yeah,
gave
that's
me
right.
this
It's on a
dagger.
mantelpiece, you said. Yeah.
So I think I got everything up here. We're ready, I say, and I get on the cart.
Let's just go. I don't care.
Get off my cart. There's only room for one of us.
Yeah, just let's
Not
go
enough?
and we'll head up the upstream, eh?
Yeah, we have to go down the path anyway. We can discuss where exactly in the next minutes if it's so bad what Rogel did. And I kind of...
Oh, it's bad. Oh, it's bad.
Well, maybe we can bring this warrior
so
priest to
bad?
justice.
It's so bad that the guys that I'm terrified of terrified me more about how bad it was.
Oh well. Yeah, maybe that warrior priest is something we can
No,
take
he's
our time with.
But we should go anyways, even if the warrior priest is dead. The mayor may owe us a favor, or he sold us out to the witch hunters already. But we should go.
Oh, right. The dwarf mayor, right? Yeah, he's the one that said he owes us a favor for helping him clear out the sewer problem.
Not quite, but
Well,
What
a
is
favor
your
of a
boss?
dwarf? That's something.
At this point, Oleg's going to just walk ahead of them wherever they're sitting around the cart and leave.
Okie doke.
Bio-legged!
Yeah, Rogel, you drive the cart again?
I could drive the cart, yeah.
There's currently room for Rogel and all the stuff, because this is a handcart.
Yes, there's not a lot of room, so put your heavy stuff on here.
It's pretty much a
Well,
case of...
and I jump down.
Yeah, get off my cart. Go.
Yeah,
Walk.
this is sort of a farmer takes his apples to market type of cart.
Yeah.
But a halfling could use it as a quite formidable chariot if it weren't tied to a donkey. But it does still-
Mobile casting platform. I like it.
it saves any risk of encumbrance. You can pretty much put whatever you need into it, but it's going to be pretty much taken up entirely aside from the front seat with your items. So, are you headed to Moorland first? Is that the plan? Via cart?
First, just down the
Yeah.
road, I assume. Let's
Yes.
see where it takes us.
Sure.
Let's go upstream. The road goes by the river, and let's just go upstream.
Absolutely, okay.
Rogel just mushes the cart and moves forward, follows Oleg, even if it's the wrong way.
Okay. So, and the time is roughly, say, about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock in the morning, although Ludwig's been out shopping. So it's all, say, 9:30. A decent amount of items have been gathered, provisions, stock. You are ready for an adventure. Let's have someone roll me a D100, just one of you, please. This is just
Not me. I roll terrible.
I'm going to vote for Carl. Roll me a D100 to see what's going to happen in the early part of your journey? So Oleg and Rogel will be fairly familiar with this. 94. The outskirts of the area are fairly densely populated with farmland to begin with. You're in the middle of the Reichland, so you're in fairly safe territory with a surrounding city. It's not the most dangerous thing in the world. Let me just load up the cart music. I think that would be. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay. Bear with me a second. Okay. How lovely. So, about 20 minutes into your journey, just exiting the town, you can see further off in the distance a few dark shapes gathering amongst the sky. This is further ahead on the Bogan. As the cart draws close, you realise there are some strange kites or concoctions atop of lengths of rope and string. You can see down beneath a group of about 10 to 15 individuals are gathered in a neighbouring field, flying them. They resemble black crows, perhaps, these contraptions floating in the air. It's a moderately breezy day. But assuming you do not wish to stop, you continue.
Seems like a ritual for maybe Moor. Maybe his streams stroke upon the village. Or it's a tradition. Should we check it out?
I don't know what any of this is. You and your human stuff.
I shrug a little bit. Rituals give us certainty in uncertain times.
That's your own fault for being uncertain.
So we don't check it out?
There's roughly about 10 to 15 villagers from the surrounding farmland that are currently gathered at the group. There's perhaps 5 or 6 priests all stood around operating.
Do I
these
sense the
items.
magics?
You could do me a test if you like. See if you can see
What,
anything
intuition?
unusual about them. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, because I can do an intuition on an easy test to see if they are not easy, average.
Yep, we'll do
It's,
an average test.
Well, it's the talent. It's
See if there is
magic
anything.
sense. Magic sense. So intuition on an average roll. There you go. Are they magic?
You don't get the impression that any of them are necessarily spellcasters or someone au fait with the winds of magic, but a little bit of a grey wind familiar to yourself does circulate around the area.
All right,
Is
I'm
it-
not interested in any of them, but I'm interested in something over there.
Well,
Does
I'll go over there too, to the people.
Does it seem like a joyous occasion, or are
Yeah,
they more?
There's a few children skipping around and a few playing around them. It's no one singing and dancing, and there's no music, but
Are there any large bonfires? that we
you
can
can
see?
see there's no smoke raising up into the sky. All is
Yeah,
filled.
I go to some guy there and ask, good day, citizen of the Reichland. What are you doing? Is this a ritual for the gods?
Hello, pleasure to meet you. The day of Moor is upon us. I see you have lost track of one's calendar. We are performing a ceremony.
You can see next to him a younger man that is still in the same black priestly garbs is currently tying a small piece of parchment onto the feet of this contraption or kite.
If you wish for a small fee, we can send one of your wishes to Moor. You never know, it might bring you a degree of favour.
To who?
To Moor.
Who's that?
The god of death. I look down to Rogel and try to explain him.
There's other gods?
Well, haven't you
thought you
lived
guys
in the
just-
Empire?
Yeah, but I thought you guys just worship Sigmar.
No. I'm a warrior priest of Verena. Don't you know?
But
I
Verena and
worship-
Sigmar are the same guy, right? They're just like, justice! I kill you in the name of justice, right? That's you, right?
I look into this. Verena, give me strength, and look down on Rogel again. No, they are completely different. That's something very, very much different. We have
It
8
just sounds
gods
like
of
you're
the
like.
Empire.
It just sounds like semantics to me.
Well, to the unknowledgeable character, it seems like they could be the same, but if you know the details, you will surely notice that the gods are very much different.
So how does Moor differ from them then?
Well, our priest here should be able to explain, I assume, or do I have the honor?
The priest had already left. As the two of you were discussing, and Rogel had exclaimed that he pretty much made clear that he has no idea of Reichland religions, the priest is now tending to a few children who are handing over small pieces of parchment that he is taking a few pennies from, as you can observe, and fastening them to. So,
What are they doing? What's that? What's that ritual?
I think it's got something to do with wishes. I come from the northern sides of the empire. The religion or the rituals can be very different there, but I think I'll join them. And I try to get the attention of the old priest again and get up through a few pennies out myself.
Of course. Let me hand you some parchment. Would you lead me to write something, or are you able to yourself?
I'm capable myself. Thank you very much.
Well, here is some ink we have to hand. As the ceremony proceeds, a small prayer we begin with, and followed by that, we suggest you write any images or dreams that one may wish to relinquish oneself from. Any nightmares or things ethereally concerning. Write them down, and Moor will likely see to it that they are taken away from you.
Can you send a message to somebody who is dead?
You could certainly try. Moor is always listening.
Then I will write a letter to my mother, because she is with me.
I think my wishes will go to the etheric side of his field, because, well, when I look at my burnt side, I could need some guidance there. And how much pennies do I give him?
3 pennies.
And I write down like the prayer of Mora, like he said, and then like just a small paragraph too, that he puts his gaze upon me to shield me from ethereal beings and things that escaped his realm.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Very kind. Moor appreciates your service.
Yes, I have here a letter to my mother. She is high in the heavens, and I will tie it to a kite, and then she will get it, because is that okay?
Wonderful. Moor, I'm sure, will pass the message on.
He takes it from your hands and attaches it delicately to one of these kites, which is then raised.
Yes, thank you.
So what can you tell me about our surroundings, about the villages that are here? Do you have any story for lost knowledge or some books and legends around here?
We are just passing through on way to Boghaffen. I'm afraid, aside from farming, I do not have any particular tales of interest. We're not local to the area. Helmgart is our home, but pilgrimage is made on such occasions. You may have more luck asking the locals. There are a few children. Perhaps they have stories.
And then I walk around trying to gather like legends or stories of anything that sounds ancient or old or has something to do with knowledge.
Okay. So just asking a few of the locals. Yeah.
Yeah, and the kids, like, really, I try to get like the grain of truth in the legends, and just listening to stories for maybe an hour if the other ones don't pressure me.
Okay.
We're gonna pressure you,
What are the rest of you doing?
or at least Rogel will, because he has like no interest in any of this. He might stamp his feet and complain and go pet the donkey.
Oleg, Carl, and Yoris, what are you up to?
I'm just watching the kites.
Nose mining.
Fair enough. A bountiful yield. Make a dexterity roll. See what you can pluck up. Oh dear. And Carl, what are you up to?
Probably just what?
Aw.
No, he missed his nose.
There's a booger in there
I'm digging
somewhere.
his
But
ear
you
instead.
can't reach it. Like you
Get a
can
bloody
feel
nose
it.
instead.
You know it's there. A -6 would have been a nosebleed, so you kind of yeah. That's about that really. Carl, what were you up to? Sorry.
Watching the kites, figuring out how trying to guess how they work.
Okay. Do you have anything you can write down or make notes on this?
Well, I can't write, so
Okay. So you're just sort of making
just
some mental
musings
notes.
rather than
Okay. So you're able to sit down for a while and observe them. They're a fairly crude construction. It looks like a small amount of twigs and a degree of very light cloth has been intertwined and sort of weaved together. And the occasional, it looks like some sap may have been used as a glue to hold some. They're very, very light. You can see in construction the elderly gentleman holding one in one hand as if it's just an apple. And yet these things are perhaps some 3 feet wide. But, so during your time, Ludwig, would you roll me a gossip test, please? Average. A mixture of people conversing about nearby events. There does not seem to be anyone with a story that particularly strikes your interest. Mostly it's relating to nearby agricultural yields. So most people around here are farmers or farm workers, farm hands. The occasion one person is involved with some cattle, but no one seems to have any tales that particularly pique your interest. Gossip is fairly sparse. But,
Okay, then I go back to the cart and look if my friends want to, or my colleagues want to depart right now, or if we have time. How long have we driven from the town until
sort
we
of
met
half
them?
an hour to an hour away. You've probably got about 3 hours until you would arrive at Morlanfurt. It's not that far. Typically one would travel by the Bogan, but travelling alongside the Bogan is still a relatively safe journey.
You did say there was gray winds, right? So I'm assuming that Rogel's gonna get like cartoon smacked in the nose and drift off following that sometime. Just completely abandon everyone.
There is
usually what happens.
So the clouds above where the kites are flying, you don't necessarily get the impression that any of the individuals are of a magical inclination, but you can get the effect that something is happening as a result of the kites. That's pretty much all you have.
Okay, just gonna sniff around then, see what I can find. That's it.
Okay. It's pretty much your conclusion from this is that the winds of magic are a little bit stronger around this area, a little bit more, maybe even volatile. It could be as a result of the kites, or it could be simply happenstance that they chose to fly the kites here. Hard to tell.
Hard to tell. I don't even know what any of this is. So, I just see winds and I'm like, oh, something cool.
It's not too long before the priests have pretty much taken all of the pennies they're going to from the neighbouring farmers, and they move on as well toward the next area. Toward the second half of your gossiping, Ludwig, the priests have begun sort of packing in the kites and moving onwards. It seems that they're, let's say, trying to cover as much ground as possible. Likely with pockets in mind.
That's something that we should consider too.
Well, after what Rogel said, we should get going too.
And so you do.
Yes.
Molenfurt's
Pickety
only
pack up.
3 hours away. It's roughly lunchtime at the moment, so you'd arrive mid-afternoon. And the remainder of the journey. Does anyone have anything they would like to do while strolling along, or just enjoying the view while going for a walk?
I think I wanted to teach Carl a little bit reading. Could that be? I think I
You
had.
will both be walking, but you could probably do something.
Yeah, just talking to him, showing him the letters, and explaining the system, how he gets into it, and reversing that.
Okay, let's... As you do, Ludwig, do you have a relevant test? Or maybe if you each roll in intelligence or something like that, we can just have a rough...
Maybe
estimate.
leadership? No, not really. Is it?
I'd say we could use leadership. It's your ability to... Also, it's your ability to encourage him, or even fellowship could be utilised, depending on how you want to approach. Carl can just do a challenging intelligence test for me.
Yeah, sure.
This is...
So is it, when I use leadership, is this plus 20, or...?
Yeah, this would be fairly easy, because it is teaching someone the very basics, so you can have an average test. Okay. So it's not going in yet, Carl. It's not happening. There are a few of these letters, and they just look so similar, and then you see a couple next to each other, and it's not sinking in.
And then Theo's off chasing a squirrel.
Yeah, there's too many distractions as well. Like your brain is purely in maths and engineering, and these weird shapes that make noises just seem to be unnecessary, to say the least. But the remainder of the journey is fairly quiet, with the last hour or so, river across the Bogan seeming slightly more industrious. A few ships you can spy, Oleg's. Some dwarven in manufacture. But not too long passes before you arrive at Molenfurt, a city you have been to before, smaller than Boghaffen. As all of you arrive through the gates, a large number of dwarfs, compared to usual, frequent this area. You would estimate maybe somewhere between 1 in 10 to 1 in 5 or 1 in 8, somewhere around that region. It's hard to tell, are dwarfs. Fairly industrious town. Degree of mining, you would assume, from ore carts being taken around, some of the ships being loaded with pallets of metal.
George will take an interest in the dwarven ships, just looking at them. I've never seen dwarven ships. Well, not often anyway.
It seems like we really get closer to the Grey Mountains if the dwarves are so active right here. So do I see lots of dwarven structures in the town, like stone buildings, or...
There is a dwarven influence, definitely. The architecture here is far more robust than where you were used to. And... there is
How long has it
definitely-
been since we were here last time? Like
Maybe
like
a
a few
month,
months?
couple of months,
Yeah.
probably.
And
That being said,
it's already filled out like this.
You were in the Grey Mountains for a while. We'll say 2
You
to
were.
3 months, let's say.
Okay.
So do you have any context there, or somebody who doesn't want to kill or hang you? I look to
I don't know.
Rogel.
We won't know until we go in.
Isn't there what was his name? He had the flimsy sword there. He gave us a tour of the town.
The flimsy sword.
Was he a lawyer? Seneschal?
You mean the other halfling?
No, not the halfling. He was in the cave when the little green guys they took us.
He was in the cave when the little green guys took us.
He helped us break out.
I don't remember who you're talking about.
Yeah, I can't remember his name either.
Talking about the Slayer.
No, he's
No.
talking about the
Hegakin. Talking
yeah.
about the
No.
cultist.
No,
His name.
not the cultist. No, I'm talking about the guest that we've had occasionally.
The guest.
And I can't remember his name for the life of me. Dang it.
If we had a guest?
We've had guests before.
Yeah, it was Hymo, I thought, right?
Not Hymo. Before Hymo.
Oh, William.
Before Hymo. Oh yes, William.
Yes.
Yeah,
William was
yes.
far around Molenfort, but I'm fine with Oleg not remembering William. That's fitting.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, you're confusing me. Yeah. William. Yeah, was at the time working for someone that was here. One of the friends of Elise. You would have a vague recollection of where it was, at least.
Oh boy.
So if I can't remember, then we should just treat it like this is your first time here, and that we never murdered anybody in the streets, okay? If anyone else? Yeah.
Well, I have no difficulty saying that I don't have unrighteously killed anyone in any town. So let's enter. Oh, we still could build the cards up. And Oleg, I would like to talk to you about this strange burn that I have. I completely forgot the sight of this Morse priest.
Yeah, a burn? It's like any other burn. Just spit on it, right? And then it will go away eventually.
No, the other one said, especially I think Rogel, that you had contact with a ghost child or something like that.
Yeah, no. I've never seen a
What are you
ghost
talking
child.
about?
There's
Ghost child?
There's a brat that told the warrior priest to attack us in Molenfort, but other than that little brat, I've not seen many children.
Did he have a bullhead haircut?
Yeah, I try to describe it as closely as I can, this manifestation that I saw in this night, and try to tell them.
From the description of the haircut, make a challenging intelligence test.
Who?
To Ludwig, just to see if can kind of piece together whether that sounds
I believe it's called the page boy haircut, not the ball.
It could be. I mean, they've described pretty much a generic child, so you're not confident, but it could be.
Well,
Yeah, it's
I'm
Damon.
not even sure if it was a child, because it was definitely some kind of magical being, maybe humanoid or something.
Why is it gotta be magic?
I think it doesn't look like a priest to me, and I don't know anything else that can burn hands by bare touch than a priest or a magister.
Yeah, maybe he has some acid on his hands at the time, while
You're-
wearing gloves.
Do you remember that time we were out in the woods and there were wolves following us and we were trying to avoid, I think, I don't remember what we were trying to avoid.
Yeah, being burned alive.
Yeah, I guess it was trying to avoid being burned alive. But we found that wolf that got killed and it had like that weird child-sized handprint burn mark on it.
Something like this, and I show them my burn mark.
Yeah, that!
Well,
Oh, boy.
then...
Oh boy.
At least you're the first thing that survived having that, maybe? Everything else we've seen has been dead.
It was close enough that I didn't see the gates of Moor. So what do you know about it?
Nothing. I think we had to run. I think weird goat men chased us. No, or was that before that? I don't remember. We get chased by stuff all the time.
It was
Mostly my
after.
fault.
Maybe I should take a visit to the Temple of Moor and ask them. Maybe they know something about it, or in their books.
I would be curious to see if anything comes out of that. I want to know what that is too.
Well, if you have left me more time in the last town, then I would could have researched it more thoroughly.
Or it
but-
could have came after you again.
Well, how far is the distance between this wolf who had this mark and the Varinan temple where I was and got attacked?
So Rogel looks around him and then starts counting on his fingers and then looks at you and shrugs.
Well, like more than a day by foot or a week or something.
He starts counting his toes and then shrugs.
I look to Oleg, I think. You've seen it too, so when was that? And where?
No, I've never seen anything. I've seen handprints on a wolf.
And where was this wolf? Was it here in Reichland?
In the woods. Yeah. We were escaping. Oleg gives a dainty cough. We were escaping from the nearby Karak. I can't remember the name of it, but we'd gone there from Molenfort to work for some lawyer stuff, and
then he just starts rambling.
So it seems like it's very unlikely that it's just a random occurrence that both times this burnt hand appears.
Yeah, maybe. There's also some little snot-nosed brat that keeps hanging around my precious grandma, named Damon.
Hey, your
They're the same
grandma
person.
mentioned that name, and she gave me this dagger.
Yeah, where's
What
a
is that?
kid like in the pit get a dagger from? This is what I mean. You can't trust kids.
What does the dagger look like?
I don't know. Here it is. It's like a silver dagger. She gave it to me because I gave her
The mop? Yeah, I remember that. Is there anything weird about the dagger?
What are you going to do?
I don't know.
I don't know. Why would she give you a dagger? A silver dagger? Like, I would imagine she could sell that and make enough money to, like, live off in retirement for forever. Why would she give that to him? Oh, right, because you lied to her and told her that the mop was from
That
Magnus's
was-
mop. Or it was
was
used to
not a
clean
lie.
Magnus's ship.
Yes, I totally did that.
Can I do an evaluate throw on the dagger, maybe?
You certainly can.
Plus 20 or plus 0?
Yeah, for you, plus 20. Hard to tell. It's silver. Sure of that. It's got some markings on it. Not quite sure what they mean.
Not
Doesn't
quite sure what they
seem
mean.
Religious or something? I don't know the insignia of any of these insignia.
That's probably the best you could come up with. Something religious. It's
So I
it's
don't
Reichland.
recognize it at
It's
all.
not
Got it.
necessarily alien to you, Ludwig, but you're not quite sure what it's
Oh,
intended for or what
okay.
what
But it's human made and
Yeah.
human religious.
human-made, human religion.
Okay. Maybe this for a ritual. There are so many different ones from town to town that. Do you know maybe a ritual including some silver?
Why would a kid give it to her? If
She
it's a
said it was
ritual
from
knife.
Damon.
Yeah, but why would he have that?
I don't know.
This kid creeps me out, man.
Well, now we don't have the possibility to talk to the kids, do we? And I look to the town. So let's get
Well,
going.
like, your
We
grandma's
need to-
got, like, the worst friends.
It's not wrong.
Okay. Do we want to sleep outside of town tonight, or do we want to get a room?
Can we afford an inn after all of the supplies that you bought when we had already bought supplies in the town before Boghaffen?
It depends
Let's
on the room.
see.
I can afford a room for myself. Peace.
Yeah, if we find maybe a common room where we share lots of beds, it gets maybe we can get it down to the pennies. And then we should be able to afford. So how much money do we still have? I still have some silver, but not much more.
I don't imagine a room, like a common room, costing any more than a few brass. A room for just us might be a few silver.
I think we should manage. The main question we have is, do we want to go as quickly as possible to this 3 times cursed castle, or do we want to gear up a little bit more and get to know the surroundings? Maybe even establish a camp in front of Drachenfels?
I think we cleared out of Bogan quickly enough. I don't think anyone's going to find us here for a little bit. I might be completely wrong, and we might have to flee at some point, but I think we got time. We might have like a day or two here.
We could
I would just
maybe-
like to point out that my brother's life is waiting on me to finish this, and I would like to get there quickly.
No cares.
Well, I think they will understand if we need some more time, so this doesn't get into a complete suicide mission.
We could
So want your
make
brother
some
to
money,
die.
maybe somewhere.
He's worse than me when it comes to making us have to flee places.
Yeah, what was that, yours?
Maybe we can make some money somewhere here.
I like that idea.
There was gambling in a parlor. I know there was foot wrestling again.
Oh
If you
right, there
go-
was the foot wrestling here. Wait, or was that in the? Oh man, there's so everything's
And
blurred.
then they had the exorcisms in the back room.
Right.
Wait, what exorcisms? And I look
You should go
swiftly
see.
to him.
Yes. We should. You should show him, Roko.
Oh, I would definitely want to see what they're doing, and if it's up to local law. Oh, I have to study the local law, by the way. I scratch my head. Well, maybe we could stay like a week or something here, get some money,
No.
get refreshed.
Yeah, we
Like
only
a day
need
or
a
two.
day, maybe 2. Yeah.
Yeah,
Let's get a nice job, score some money, and move on.
How many more stops are there between us and? How many more
Some
towns,
small.
cities?
It looks like some small villages. I don't think there was any other major stop on the way.
Yeah, I think I studied the maps quite thoroughly. Can I calculate that?
Yeah,
How long
yeah,
we
there
still have?
might be a couple of coaching inns on the surrounding roads, depending on what route you want to take, and that's about it. So
So this is our last stop to
there
make
might
some
be
money
a
before
bit
we
of
go.
farming community on the outskirts, so there might be the occasional farmhouse, etc., and there might be a couple of small hamlets, but there's not going to be, let's say, anything industrious. So if-
Plus, Oleg and I have experience working for the dwarves, so we could probably find us a pretty good job to do for like a day or two.
Well,
Carl's-
I'm up for
Carl's
it.
gonna
If...
Carl's going to want contacts with the dwarfs, so
Yeah,
happy to
come
work
along.
for a day or so.
And we should definitely stock up on food and everything, so we got enough and don't have to mind that until we arrive.
Oleg, you know that the dwarves, when they look at me, they fucking hate me. So why don't you you do the talking?
All right, I can try. What type of work are we
try.
looking for?
Well, you mentioned some
The paying
gambling.
All
Some
right.
gambling.
So let's first check and see how much a room will be, and then we will find that parlor for yours, and then we can see about getting work with for everyone else. I'm assuming we will probably just be loading ore onto a barge.
Well, maybe I can get my services as a lawyer or just as writing and reading for the peasantry.
You know they don't want you reading their books. Stop that.
I shrug. There can be good money in that. In my travels, I
But
found
they're
that-
dwarves. They don't let you read their books.
Okay, I need to go to the human population. You're right in that regard.
There you go. Off we go.
Just to point out,
Okay.
there are plenty of humans in this town.
Yeah, there are. It's a sizable dwarf population, but there's still a lot of
Let's
humies
say 15% dwarf. The rest is human.
Yeah, that's
and
quite
no
a-
gnomes, because I'm pretty sure the only gnome that lived here skedaddled.
What's a gnome?
What is a gnome? That is the question.
What is a gnome?
Okay.
And then we try to search for a tavern, I guess, or something to stay, some cheap.
Let's find the tavern first, and then everybody can go their separate ways to find work then.
Let's find a nice tavern that has gambling. I would like to gamble too when the day's over.
We need to find a nice tavern that will secure the cards as well, because there's a lot of stuff on it.
Oh yes, very good points. I like
and
it.
everybody is agreed.
Is there
Okay,
anybody
let's
nearby
find
we
it.
can ask for directions?
Plenty of people walking around the streets. You can certainly ask around. For
Yeah, I ask a dwarf
Hey, you.
for something secure. Where the card is secured. Here, Mr. Dwarf. I have a short question. Would you have a minute?
I suppose.
So we're just arrived, as you can see, and we would need a safe place to stay. Can you recommend any establishment?
Nah, youngie. Up road. Up on right. My cousin Dingy owns a tavern. Up there. On the right. Somewhere.
Points with his hand and then sort of looks slightly dazed and starts walking away.
Well, I don't know. The last time we went to business with dwarfs, we kinda got the shorter hand in that.
It was delicious.
We were fairly compensated.
Well, you're
Yeah, it
right
was
in
good.
that. So if you said you have quite some contacts with dwarf population, I guess they're kind of all family here. Maybe you can get something out of it.
Can I do a, I guess, gossip test to find out if that clan from the Carrick owns any property?
Clan Dronaz. I mean, they
Yeah.
own most of this town, so you can
Oh,
try
yeah.
and find something like more obviously associated with them.
I'm just looking for
Yeah.
the Dronaz discount.
Yeah,
let's go find
okay,
Clan Dronaz.
make a easy gossip test first.
Okay, one moment. Easy. Bam.
That'll do. You strike up conversation, and a couple of the dwarfs recognise the story you tell of the trolls that were slain, the glorious feast and troll stew that was had within the Carrack, followed by a overthrowing of some oathbreakers. And certainly the neighbouring population seems very welcoming all of a sudden.
And the cleansing of the water.
The cleansing of the water.
The cleansing of the water, and the same water that runs through Molenfort too.
Many things, many things were done. And yeah, absolutely, you are pointed to a couple of taverns that are normally for workers and guard, but as owned directly by Dronaz, you may have a better chance at procuring reasonable rates.
Okay.
Oh, it seems
so-
like the populace really kind of likes you. I don't see normally dwarfs that don't scoff around the humans.
Believe it or not, but we did our best work around here.
Best. Throw up some air quotes when I say that.
Well, it doesn't matter. They don't want to kill us. That's a start for me.
It's a start for me too. Let's go. All right, so we're gonna go find a Clan Dronaz inn.
Yep,
Sure. Yeah.
there's a barracks not too far away that you were pointed towards.
Ooh.
It's a fairly large stone building, ceiling not particularly high, but
Perfect size for me.
certainly stands proud of many of the other buildings nearby, which are somewhat more shoddy in terms of craftsmanship. A large stone door is currently ajar, and inside, a single dwarf by a desk welcomes you in. Hello. Can I help you?
Yes, hello. We would like to speak with someone about possibly procuring lodgings and somewhere for our donkey and cart.
Sort of gives you a squint for a second. Who are you
Ah.
to be asking for?
I am a Oleg the Verlassen's son. My brother and I, along with Rogel here, and he motions to Rogel,
Hi! I wave my hand.
have worked and assisted Clan Dronas before. We are clan friends.
And he gives his biggest, cheesiest mustache twitching smile.
He sort of squints at you for the best part of 30 seconds without his face or beard even twitching. I suppose, fine.
Oleg kind of nods at his group and then steps forward closer, and then slides a glove off to flash a certain ring.
Raises an eyebrow at that, and
So, this was a gift from Clan Dronas. As you can see, the work is from the famous runesmith.
aye. All right.
And we are just looking for a slight accommodation. It does not need to be anything big.
Rogel still has his, too. I could flash my ring. Yeah, I do.
Stables round back,
insulted.
fairly quiet, nearly full. Got a few travellers coming through, but we can fit you round back.
Okay, alright.
That would be most wonderful. Thank you very much. How much shall we pay you for the accommodations?
We need like 2 days.
It'll be charged to Dronas.
Beautiful, wonderful. Thank you so much.
Then how much can I assist you with for getting an extra pint this evening?
Oleg takes out a silver coin and puts it on the counter.
He looks at you for a few more moments, another 30 seconds or so, before placing his hand on slowly and just placing it into a drawer by his side. Thank you for your patronage.
Appreciate it, and have a wonderful day.
Aye, wonderful. Seem to be pretty somewhere between stoic and miserable as far as dwarfs go. Not
But
the
I love it.
cheeriest. Not the cheeriest that you've met, but
Everybody's
This is the kind of dwarf I want to make a friend with.
Are the other dwarves that we've seen dour? Are the humans like that too?
no, just him. It just seemed to be a particularly depressed clerk.
Oh.
He's in retail. I mean, what do you expect?
A lot of the others walking about town were a little bit more cheerful, to say the least.
So that went quite well, I say, when we leave the building.
Yeah, until Dronas comes for the bill. I'm sure
Yeah,
Rogel will
exactly.
probably charge something extravagant to their name while we're here. I just know it.
What do you mean?
So it is written on another person. Do you know it? Who pays for us now?
It's just a clan that we helped put some Oathbreakers, you know.
Well, we also brought back some of
Prison.
their family heirlooms too, so they owe
yeah.
us pretty big for that.
Yeah, either way, we get the spot around the back in the stables. Good sleeping.
Yeah, good sleeping as long as it's not
nice.
cold tonight.
Wasn't that just a spot for our donkey, or is it for
No.
sleeping too?
That is for us as well.
It's donkey and party.
Donkey and party.
Well, I've slept worse, I assume. And the dwarven Karak, is it near?
Too far and not in the right direction.
Well, too bad.
And
too bad.
I don't want to go back there. There was a weird. All right, so all right. Are we alone? I guess we're going around back to
You can
to
start
inspect
walking
our
around the back,
lodgings.
Yeah. You can start walking
Yeah.
around the back.
Okay. All right. I want to make sure that there's nobody else nearby and listening in.
You are safe.
Okay. All right. So like when we were at that Karak, all right, okay, so I do things and I get in trouble all the time. You know this. You just experienced it, okay? Well, some guys came after us and locked us up and were trying to like kill us. And then
so-
some. No. That's it. That's all that he needs to know. Well, anyway.
I already know. It's the same reason why my brother is about to be executed and why we are going to Drachenfels.
But they don't need to know. They don't need to be executed
It's fine. Yes, they do.
Oh my god.
What?
I softly shake my head. I think
Either
I
way.
can listen as an official lawyer, maybe. Then I'm not inclined to get executed.
Sometimes you see things, and then because you have seen things, they make you unsee everything.
But here's the thing. Is that
Permanently.
that's not even the whole story.
With
the whole
fire.
story is how we escaped and who helped us escape. Who helped us escape was this weird, like,
The ringmaster of a
cult?
dwarven orgy.
yeah, like what they had like this orgy
What?
where they were like pouring molten gold on themselves and like eating really weird food and smoking this weird stuff and like I don't know, dude. But afterward, I saw like statues moving and whatnot. I do not want to go back there. That stuff was super creepy. It was hella religious, and I don't want to deal with it again.
I just don't want to hit my head anymore on short doors.
Well, maybe you should hunch over.
Well, that's two
Stop
sides
me,
of a
take
coin,
off.
I seem.
Well, anyway, yeah. So there's this weird cult thing going on there, and I just don't want to. I don't want to see anyone that I recognize.
Good, then we should take the plan that we look for work right here, or maybe some adventure that unveils some lost knowledge. But I don't think, and I look around me in this stalls, that there's some here.
Oh, like, do you think Clan Dronas is hiring anyone for anything?
Probably not. The dwarves keep to themselves, and I don't think there's any dungeon around here to delve
No, I don't want to
into.
expect a dungeon.
We could clean sewers, maybe. You could show Carl the sewers. Those were sewers. I'm sure there's architecture. I think that's the word.
No,
Tick.
I'm not going back down there again. That
Energy
octopus.
smearing. Yeah.
We didn't even kill it. We just chased it off. Shh.
Yeah, but if we kill it now,
No.
with the no.
No. All right, let's go look for work.
What if the only work is killing the?
I don't even want to know what you are talking about, but I think I'll keep in the books this time and not on tentacle monsters.
Are you sure? Because the last time you did books, a child assaulted you and nearly killed you.
Well, yeah, you're kind of right in that regard. Maybe the tavern should be the first thing. Oh, I think I'll
mean-
just join the group this time and see when the time comes that everyone gets executed.
Yeah, let's go to the tavern. We can need a drink.
All right. Let's avoid the dwarf taverns though, because we are poor.
Yeah, I don't want to run into one of your dwarf orgies. It's nightmare.
What time of day is it?
It's like sort of mid-afternoon. You've got a few 2-3 hours of daylight left still to potter about, investigate, and see what might be available.
Yeah.
Maybe for work today, maybe for work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's what I want to do. Let's do that. I will do that. I'll go potter about and look for work.
Okay. Well, what's everyone up to? So, got pottering for Rogel. How about the rest?
Yeah, so I think that that we all will go into a local human tavern and
Yep.
just have there a drink first and see where this is leading.
Okay.
There
Yep.
was William took us to a place that had
The carnival.
toe wrestling and stuff before. The carnival. Is the carnival still around?
You can have a look. It's on a fairly large open square, and you can take a few minutes to walk there if you wish.
Absolutely.
Okay. You go for a walk, and it appeared to be that the building is closed.
No.
There is a boarded window and door.
Are there any sad-looking clowns outside that looking
There
for
are
employment?
locals walking around, but
All right.
no obvious employees sat outside mourning. Looking around, though, you do notice that maybe 1 in 5 of the buildings has closed.
Like just like abandoned, boards shuttered up and whatnot, or
Yeah, a lot of empty, derelict, for sale signs. Words to that effect.
Maybe the beach hunters that the mayor sent for went through town a bit too aggressively.
I wonder what happened.
Prosperous.
It was looked a bit happier last time, even with the blood cult.
Well, we can ask in the tavern, can't we? And I clap into my hands. So,
I
where
imagine
should
that
we
it's
go
a lot.
next?
I
do
would
not
imagine
know.
it's a lot harder for human shops to stay up when the population is slowly converting to dwarves.
Maybe Mort's shop is still around.
Is that even a real place?
We should break in.
Rogel, are you away and mooching around town at this point? Or are you joining them in the tavern?
No, I'll split up with them from the tavern. I'm gonna go skedaddle.
Okay, so we'll go for tavern first. So, you find yourself one of the more human-looking taverns. A little bit more run-down and you suspect slightly more affordable. You're welcomed inside too. A small crowd of people enjoying each other's company. A little bit of music. A lone bard in the corner plays a fairly solemn tune. The atmosphere is fairly pleasant.
Before I enter, I stay still. Well, I just take a small walk and look what local temples we have here. I'll join you in 5 to 10 minutes. I'll be right off. And then I'll go shortly to the toilet and be back in just 10 minutes.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So, I elect Joris Carl. You have a town.
Well, Yoris, the gambling that I knew was in the closed circus, so you might find people playing in the tavern here. But otherwise, we should probably look for work and get a drink. I don't know which order.
Let's get a drink first, eh? Things always get better when you have a drink in hand.
All right.
George will go to the bartender and order drinks for.
Only 2 pence for a pint here. Per person.
That is fine. Now we're 4 of us right now. Yeah. So he will order.
3, I think, because Rogel and Ludwig have gone for a
Oh
walk.
yeah. 3 then. And he will give the pints to the others, and then he will take his own pint, and he will walk over to the bard who is playing a tune. And Mr. Bard, do you know the rhyme of the ancient melody?
Not familiar with that one, mate.
What songs do you know? Because maybe I can sing, and together we can make a little bit of money.
Can you sing?
Yes. I have 1 advance in sing.
Make a roll. Make an average roll as you try and recall just in front of him without any music, just a simple tune to see if you can prove your worth as a singer.
Entertain singing. There we go. Just a 0 roll.
Yeah, average. So I think that's plus 20. Should have made it challenging. Okay. Yeah, all right, mate. You so you got a bit of a voice to you. Look, don't take it personal, right? But I can't afford to split the money. So you're all right, as you were.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot anyway. But you're a bard. You get around probably. Do you know if anybody or anywhere they are maybe gambling, playing the dice, playing the cards?
Ain't a lot of gambling done round here anymore. The old witch hunters been round about town, and we've been keeping it on down low, if you know what I mean.
Ah, say no more. But this down low maybe somewhere. And I wink.
He looks nervous for a second, sort of a little bit shifty. Yeah, there's a few. You could probably get down by the docks about later at the night.
Okay. Say no more.
You have a little walk about round the back of the old big red building. You might find something. I didn't tell you though. And picks up his loot and starts to try and pretend he wasn't talking to you.
Yeah, and I'll play along and try like I was just doing something completely different.
Okay.
And then I'll walk back to the other. Well, maybe we can find some work, but tonight I want to visit the docks because, well, there may be an opportunity to make some money there.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. I too would like to visit the docks. Maybe look at some boats.
Ooh, yes. That is a good idea. I want to know how these dwarves boats float because they look like bricks.
Yeah, I don't know. Carl,
Yes.
how you doing, bud?
Right. Where are we looking for work?
Well, Joris and I were possibly going to find some at the docks. If you'd like to come with us, are you in favor of your lifting arms?
If we don't find anything else.
No, you don't lift with your arms. You lift with your back. You always lift from the back.
All right. Either way, we're going to need the back arms and legs. So, ore is heavy.
Well, do we want to wait for the others first?
No.
We said we'd
Let's
meet,
go.
or are we going?
Yeah, well, I wanted to ask how's my walk going? How long I'd need? What I could find?
Yep. Let's go back to you. So, meanwhile, Ludwig is searching around the streets. What were you looking for? Was it churches, chapels, temples?
Yes,
and
temples, shrines. How religious the people are. What is there? How frequented it is, or in what state it is.
Okay. As you walk around, you can certainly inquire with a few of the locals, or are you just observing? Just
observing for now. Just observing.
So it's not a massive city. It probably would take you a couple of hours to have a good exploration of, and you certainly notice a few buildings, not necessarily of human design, but of a clear religious nature. You can notice one temple that seems to be a mixture of Valaya and perhaps another deity. There's certainly a few dwarven temples with unfamiliar deities to yourself, but a number of ornately dressed dwarfs wandering in and out. And there is also a shrine to Sigmar here as well. It's certainly still very much within the Empire. Familiar deities, but the dwarven influence clearly has had some hold on the worshippings.
Okay, so how far is the town, like developed? Like, do we have a strong middle class, like a bookshop or something, or is it more like peasantry here mostly?
There is, if looking around, there is some development. It's a large town, not as large as Boghaffen by any stretch, but larger than most. And certainly if you were asking around the market stalls and you get the impression there would be the occasional book, there might be a one or two booksellers in the town.
Okay, then I'm after I specifically search until I found the Temple of Arena, and if I don't find it, like after the first 15-20 minutes, I'll ask someone if there is one, and if not, I go back to the tavern.
You ask around, and it seems that the dwarven gods seem to have taken slight precedence over some of the other deities, although Sigmar and Valaya is worshipped here. A small presence of priests of Moor as well, but not many of the others. The rest are predominantly Grimnir, etc. And a few other names that aren't necessarily familiar to you, but evidently dwarven.
So even the human populace is is praying to the dwarven gods, or are they defined on their shrine of Sigmar, or do I see like mixture of races there?
They're a mixture, but heavily swayed dwarven to dwarfs and humans to Sigmar.
Okay, good. And
Yeah.
after I
thought that this was a heavy Sigmar town. That's why we had like an entire Sigmar cult here last time.
Was indeed.
Yeah, perfect. After that, I soaked that all up. I tried to go back to my friends and see if they already broke the law and are in a fight with a watchman group or something.
Okay. And while doing that, Rogel has been out canoodling and exploring the town. Rogel, what have you been up to?
Rogel has been a mixture of chatting it up with people, just listening in, kind of people watching mostly.
Mm-hmm.
Just getting the good vibes, being super paranoid, trying to figure out if there are actually witch hunters still here, that kind of thing.
Yep.
He's more doing preemptive surveillance.
Okay. Make me an easy gossip test roll.
Ooh, I'm still gonna fail that.
It is easy, so we shall see.
You don't know
Here
what my
comes a roll
gossip
of
is.
88. Okay.
Oh, okay.
A fairly reasonable roll for a change. Well, yes, there are still a couple of witch hunters in town, and along with your +6, you discover that. Let's just bring you back here for a second so it looks a little neater on my screen. Not too long ago, only but a couple of months following the death of one of the Sigmarite warrior priests, the witch hunters pretty much ransacked the place. A good portion of the population were executed. Maybe 10%. A whopping amount of burnings, executions, public hangings, you name it. And thus, a large portion of the shops and stalls, no one's basically had either the money or the bravery yet to stick their nose out, and a lot of people have just been keeping to themselves. It's been a risky place to try and stick one's head above the parapet, with still a couple of witch hunters poking around, basically looking for an excuse to burn you.
Okay, so what's the official reason why the witch hunters ransacked the place?
There are a lot of theories.
Or is no one willing to talk about it?
You had a +6, so there are theories, and there are a couple of conflicting reports. One view was that the murdered Sigmarite warrior priest was that of a heretic, although this has been largely squashed by the witch hunters, who have denied this. And
Of course. I mean, I know the truth, but I'm not going to say anything to anybody.
others have been rooting out, other witch hunters have been professing that there is a more deep-rooted cult in the area, and that those that have been, let's say, showing signs such as overindulgence and basically get the idea that anything fun has kind of been outlawed. So quite a few people that were heavy gamblers executed, quite a few people that were running brothels executed, burned, you name it. It's pretty much any excuse to find a witch. Fortunately, though, the dwarves were largely spared, and they kind of stayed out of it.
Okay.
So it's mainly the human population that suffered, and the dwarves basically sticking to their own laws, were not subject to such a horrific time.
So about how many witch hunters would I gather?
There are 2 still within town.
2, okay.
Rumoured to still be within town, although no one's seen them for a couple of days.
Okay. Well, okay. I mean, what more could I learn from my time out, or is that pretty much it?
That's pretty much it. We have a good chat about witch hunters, but that's pretty much your gatherings.
Okay. No word of like jobs or anything?
Right now everyone's a little coy.
That makes sense.
There is work as such. I mean, I think we'll carry over the +6 just to save making extra rolls and looking around. There is always work surrounding sort of menial tasks at the dock. There is generally paid work escorting the mines or the carts going back upriver toward the mine, the carts that are leading the boats, etc. That's the typical sort of work. Road wardens normally need some assistance. That's the general gist.
So, like, they're like shipping the ore that they're digging up here back up the river?
It's mainly just going back with the carts to get more ore to bring back down. Okay. Most of it's taken by a boat, but occasionally carts are utilised as well when there's not enough ships. Business has been pretty busy recently.
So basically there's more dwarf work than there is non-dwarf work.
Pretty much.
That's going to be rough. Because they're stingy. So there goes our big break plan.
Yeah.
I guess I'll take this sad bit of information back to the group. Hopefully they're still at the tavern. If they're not, oh well.
The last piece of gossip, which I forgot to include, was that shortly after your visit here, a group of adventurers had travelled into the sewers, slain some horrific beast, and that had fixed the plague of rats that were troubling the town.
Oh, that's cool.
It seems that someone came in after you and finished the job.
Good. I'm glad. Because I wasn't going to go finish that.
Okay, that is all you get with your
I guess the last thing I just want to know about, like, when I'm walking around town, like, so I'm guessing Mort's shop is completely shut up.
Absolutely, completely closed.
Okay, I just wanted to confirm that. Done.
Yep. It's your job. So Ludwig,
heading
arriving back to the tavern, and what have you guys been up to while enjoying your drinks?
Am I already back at the tavern?
Sure. Ludwig, you arrive back to see Oleg, Joris, and Carl enjoying a pint at the table.
Yeah, I'm walking right up to him. So, did you find anything new? This town seems quiet.
No gambling allowed?
Huh. That's not bad. Is that written in law? I wonder.
Yeah, it is in the rules of life currently.
What do you
don't
mean
know.
by that? Rules of life. It has to be written down, and I sit down beside him.
He hurts my head, everyone.
Well, there
Hi.
were some witch hunters and they banned gambling.
They banned gambling. I scratch my head. Maybe I have to have a look at the town hall after all.
Personally, I don't want to stay here any longer than we have to if they are burning people. I'm very allergic to being burned alive.
Yes, it is very bad.
Ooh, but after Magnus the Pious set the new rules for the witch hunters, they ought to have a trial. It can be very fascinating to look at. Maybe I should have a talk with them about these trials.
Maybe you'll get first-hand experience.
That would be absolutely fantastic, like the executioner or the lawyer for the other side. I think the arguments will be splendid.
Well, maybe you just keep them busy, so I can do some other thing tonight.
That is not a bad idea. Maybe I can be on their side and see how they judge for righteousness. Maybe they're more on the side of Sigma, I presume, but, well, nonetheless, Magnus set the rules.
I'd say, Rogel, you've arrived back as well at this point. Assuming you were coming back, that is. He might be dead.
I think that maybe they are interested in Rogel too. He seems like a fascinating combination of a Magister of the Empire and a halfling.
Yeah.
Rogel, I think you're back in the tavern.
Oh, am I back at the tavern now?
Yes,
Back in the tavern.
yes.
Oh, I'm back now. Yay.
I just said loudly on the table that the witch hunters might be interested in your kind of that you're a Magister of the Empire and a halfling. Maybe you heard the last part of that sentence. That was the last thing I said.
Oh, that's cool. That's an awesome idea. How about now?
I'll look down at you. Hey, Rogel, what did you find out? We just talked about the witch hunters. Maybe I will pay them a visit.
Maybe you won't.
What? Why not?
Not here.
Oh, they are not here? That is good news.
No. This won't be spoken about here.
I nod shortly. That's all I needed to know. I think I will get a beer. Anyone want something?
Sure, we can have we have one, yes.
Just a water.
Yeah, I'm good.
And I get 2 beers.
You're
And
good.
That'll be 2 pennies.
okay, 2 pennies.
Indeed. So, what would everyone like to do?
Well, Rogol and Oleg, you have been here before. And do you know of a big red building near the docks?
Big red building near the docks.
Yes, supposedly there are some things on the down low, and I also make the air quotes. And if tonight you are at the big red building, then there's an opportunity to make some money, maybe.
Oh, that. I think we need
Like
to talk
working
about
at the
that
docks?
elsewhere as well.
No, it's not like working at the docks.
No, I
don't
get
think
what you're
so.
saying.
How
I get
do
what
you
you're
make
saying.
money
The
then?
good,
I make a strange face.
yeah, the goody two shoe can wait. He'll find out in a second when we go speak somewhere else.
I take a deep sip of my beer. Is the beer at least okay?
It's possible.
Yeah. You can drink your beer.
And then I wait until we kind of get more private in the tavern, or maybe we leave.
No, Rogel is super paranoid. He's not gonna say anything until we leave. He's gonna keep shutting you guys down until we leave.
Okay, then
He's being very unagreeable.
you seem
You can
very
yell at him if you want.
anxious. Maybe we should you go somewhere else. We should go.
Well,
I didn't find
we have
any
a-
Temple of Verena, so we can sleep there if you mean that.
Wait, you did find one?
No, I didn't.
Oh
find
no, you didn't. Okay. Well, that sucks.
Yes, that definitely sucks and should change.
Because I wouldn't sleep there anyway. Going back to the stable.
Maybe I could find the ghost kid there.
At the Vreeden Temple or at the stable?
Yeah, like at the temple, like last time. The
Oh,
library was in the temple, so.
You
Well-
should probably stop being alone.
Huh. That's a way too. But I'm really interested in the witch hunters, and I don't assume that some of you would like to join.
So what's going on with the witch hunters?
Like I was saying, Magnus the Pious got new laws for the witch hunters. He just made them after the Storm of Chaos. So I'm very, very curious how they get enacted live here, because they already got the judgmental basis. They have to have a trial and witnesses and everything. I'm so curious how they get enacted here.
I'm not curious at all.
Let's go back to the
only
stable. I
curious
have-
one.
I have stuff to tell you about. Let's go back.
Well, okay. Then
Okay.
I jug my beer away, or try to drink it.
Okay.
Consume
either
alcohol
way-
test for everyone before we leave.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea. For anyone that's had a drink, consume alcohol. For anyone that hasn't, you're dehydrated and you die.
Yes.
I asked for a
Do
water.
we get a plus because it's only one beer,
You
or
can't drink water here. Okay, Rogel, roll a d100.
Is it plus 0 or plus 20?
It's average. Plus 20. Okay. Okay, good. That's fantastic. Right, yeah, everyone doing fairly well, apart from Yoris. Poor old Yoris, the sailor, who is a bit of a lightweight. You go through the
Something's
beer
wrong
a
with
bit
his
quickly.
liver, man.
Yeah. You go through it a bit quickly. I just have to look up the rules for something as well. But we'll come back to that later. Yeah, we'll come back to that in a moment.
What, if you're going to kill me from dehydration?
No, I'm not going to kill you. You've just got the galloping trots. But we'll come back to that in a moment. If you're going to keep drinking rainwater, it's going to go bad. Right. So, you guys are making your way back to the stable?
Yes.
Yeah, I'll
Yes.
follow Rogel.
Good. Even water can kill you. Right. Fairly peaceful walk through town. You are back in the stable. What would you like to talk about?
So, Rogel, you had something to talk about, and I
Okay,
look
so-
around in the
so
stable that
basically-
nobody's here.
Basically, after we left this town, after that freaking Sigmar cult attacked us in the streets, and we fought them back and fled. Apparently, the witch hunters came into town and started like purging everybody, like killed everybody.
Oh,
Okay, so one, I don't know about that rule or law or whatever because they didn't follow it here. There was no trial; they just killed everybody, or maybe there was a trial and it was a complete sham. I don't know, but they killed
no,
like
that's
everybody.
not possible. How long is that? Has that been?
Recently, that's why nobody's talking about it. I spent all day trying to talk to people, and luckily I found a few that were willing to talk about it. That's why I wanted to be somewhere where we could be in hiding.
No,
By the way,
paperwork alone would be way too big to.
I heard that there are still 2 witch hunters here who are still looking for people to purge. So that's why, like, I'm assuming that Cioris, you were telling me about a gambling opportunity down at the docks that's super hush hush. That's probably because the witch hunters are still here trying to kill everybody who's gambling or doing any other uncouth behavior or whatever they deem to be against whatever god they follow, because human gods are dumb.
Are you and Oleg known to the witch hunters?
I hope not. That would be bad.
Probably.
Is this a safe place to stay?
The mayor would have said something. If we stay out of sight in the dwarf compound, potentially it's safe because they wouldn't want to anchor the dwarves.
Do we want to find a quick job with the dwarves to get some money and then get out of town?
So that gets me to the next point, where Ludwig asked me if you could go see some witch hunters or something and go talk to them. No, bad idea. Don't go do that.
Why? I have to reason with them more. If they don't abide by the law, If we act together, we have a chance. We can help these citizens. Don't you want to help them?
They don't sound like the reasoning kind.
Well,
pretty soon the only citizens that are going to be left here are the dwarves, and that the only reason is because of that is because the witch hunters don't bother the dwarves. They just kill humans all day, every day.
but I can't just let it stand.
Humans are so... How?
So I don't think there's gonna be much work for the dwarves. They have enough brawn, and they usually...
No, I actually heard that they're actually looking for protection up and down the roads for their carts.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I heard that, and I also heard that they are actually looking for hands down at the docks to load up stuff. So there are job opportunities, mostly with the dwarves.
But if they are looking for protection for their cars, maybe we can find some that goes our way, and we can, when we leave
I like
here.
where you're thinking.
Take our cart and join them.
Yes, but I'm really curious about this big red house. Huh.
And are you
sure.
positive that we should not talk to the witch hunters? I'm sure something can be found out, or some justice can be served.
I would say yes if I could trust you to not tell them something dangerous.
Well, that sounds like a deal.
Well, I don't know about here, but in Marienburg, the witch hunters are real assholes. So,
yeah, it's the
I'd
same.
rather not talk.
I think they're the same kind, same flavor.
Well,
Except these ones might consider talking to them to be an offense and burn you at the stake right then and there.
Well, I do wield the power of my official state and the Order of Mysteries, which is recognized by the Empire. So.
Yeah, like how I had my license to practice magic all ready to go and show them that I'm actually that I actually work for the Empire. Yeah, that worked too last time. I'm sure it'll work this time. I'm sure they'll respect whatever authority that protects you. Yeah, go for it.
Well, if we stay a little bit longer, I think I'll keep my eye on that and see how the daily life gets influenced, and then I'll decide. I think I'll pray to Verena to get some guidance.
That sounds like a good idea.
Can that guidance be out of this town?
Maybe.
I like that.
And on that note,
we will see.
Let's have a 5-minute bio for anyone that needs.
Yep.
And we will conclude me killing you all.
Yes.
I will see you all in a bit. See you in 5 minutes, chat. Peace.
5 minutes.
Good afternoon, welcome back. We're here again with the next bit. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. We've probably got another hour to go or so, give or take a little bit, to see what trouble the group wants to get into. Having ventured to Morlanfurt, found out that their previous adventure here resulted in a large portion of the town being executed, and a rather sombre atmosphere since. But the group of you now are located at the stable behind your dwarven friend's barracks, Clan Dronas. What's your plan for the afternoon? Or evening now, really, as night is drawing in slowly.
So you thought about going to the docks. Maybe I'll just walk around and just get some information about the witch hunters. I think that could be in the favor of Rogel too, if we know more about what they are doing.
I really don't want to know more about them. I just want to avoid them.
Well, I think that's my way of avoiding them in first step of being here. Well, what are you up to then?
I was probably going to go to the docks with them.
Yeah.
Let's go to the docks, Yoris. Let's do this.
Isn't it
You
a
said-
little bit early? Should we wait for a little bit longer? Well, I can walk right now, I think.
Okay.
So who's going where? Just to iron this out. We've got Yoris and Rogel that are interested in going to the docks. We've got...
Are they going to the docks for gambling?
We're going to the docks for the red building, yes.
Yes.
Okay, then Achaidh will pass.
And I will try to find a Marktplatz or something, like a forum, like a central place. And try to get into discussions or something with local shop vendors or at stakes that were maybe presented there where people get executed, and get some information about witch hunters.
Okay. And Carl?
Probably go in the direction of the docks, but more to chat with the dwarves, as obviously there's a lot of
Okay.
cool engineering stuff around dwarves.
It's
so
early evening at the
probably go
moment,
and
so...
look at that rather than being interested in going gambling.
Yep, it's not necessarily nightfall yet, it's sort of early evening, so, Yoris, do you want to make me a gossip roll? Carl, are you chatting with people, yeah? So rather than observing?
Yeah, chatting to the dwarves.
Yeah, okay,
and
roll me a gossip as
general.
well.
Should I roll a gossip as well?
And likewise Ludwig, yep, absolutely. Yoris, you find the building in question fairly easily. You also get instructions that once the night has completely engulfed the town, there is a cellar around the back of the building that they have been doing some mixture of gambling events. They've done a combination of dogfighting, a few pit fights. No one's quite sure what the event this evening will be yet, but something will be gambled upon. They're fairly confident.
Is it a +0 gossip test?
Yes.
It's challenging.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carl, you try and strike up a conversation with a couple of the neighbouring dwarfs. Difficult to get a lot of information out of them regarding their own workings, engineering, etc. Not many of them seem to be particularly interested in humouring an interested human regarding the intricacies of dwarven craft, but nevertheless you're still able to pass some time absorbing your surroundings and at least becoming more familiar with another culture's way of assembling ships, predominantly carts, even buildings.
Sounds good.
Ludwig, you do find a few locals that are brave enough to have a little discussion with you regarding how the last few weeks have gone.
Yeah, I try to act as an official priest slash lawyer, like a Varenan lawyer, kind of, to try to help them and get them talking that way.
Most of what they share is that the witch hunters have been very, very secretive and normally conducting their business either at night or at least within unsociable hours. No one has been formally given a trial. It has been pretty much a raid and murder on the spot, and they do have a group of thugs that have been, let's say, rallied to their cause. With the +2, originally there were some trials for the first couple of weeks, but very quickly the trials became shorter and shorter to the point that they did not even bother with them anymore. With a +2, afraid that's all she wrote.
Just one more question. Does they have kind of a burrow or a house where the witch hunters operate from? Is there an official building?
No. And to this day, no one actually knows where they are.
Okay.
They seem to have been operating rather covertly, let's say.
That's very interesting. Okay, nodding, I stroll down to the docks and see if I can find my friends sometime there.
Okay. I would say there is time. Yoris, you would have had some spare time to do whatever you please. Rogel, likewise. You've probably got an hour or two until it is truly dark, and right now the nights are just dimming down a little bit. So what would you like to do during the last couple of hours?
Maybe it is wise, Rogel, if we have some time, just scout the surroundings, because our experience tells me that we need to maybe get away quick.
So you're talking about, like, acting out my paranoia. Got it. I'm behind it 100%.
So you want to look around the building?
Yeah, have a look around,
Check like the nearby buildings, see if there's like a witch hunter raid getting set up to raid the red building.
Okay, let's have a awareness or perception test from both of you, which will be. And if what you're looking for, sounds like you're looking for fairly obvious stuff. So we'll just go for an average test for both of you. Okay. So you don't see like a group of 20 people assembled, picking up arms and pitchforks and such around a corner or anything like that. You do notice that it is probably a single entrance, double doored into a fairly steep stairwell. So you would guess anyway from the design at the rear of the building. And if you're lucky, there might also be another door inside, like a trap door and a ladder leading to the ground floor. Who knows? But it's a fairly standard cellar. It's not a world apart from the fighting pit that you had previously gone to. It's a fairly large building. It seems to be a abandoned home. Looks residential, but has been boarded up.
It's just my kind of seedy.
Yeah, definitely a seedy vibe. Yeah, with your +2s, that's all you're going to get.
Okay, I feel better.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Good.
All right, so then the next step is to just wait for the time and go in.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And Ludwig
Over to you guys.
Ludwig will have joined in with you after you've had a snoop around.
Good day, good evening. Information regarding the, and I look around if someone's listening and lean down a little bit. Witch hunters.
Shut up.
Shh.
Wow, what do you have? No one's here to listen, or they're too far away.
Wait, so you're going into the red house with us?
No, not no horse could drag me in there, but I'll stay around in the vicinity. I just have a feeling that you might need me.
Trusting that gut.
Well, maybe I can give Verena some prayers that you break not so many laws tonight.
What? We're not breaking any laws. Which law will we break? And I'll turn around and not look at him anymore.
Maybe it is a good idea to make a prayer, but also maybe a little prayer to Ranald. And,
Yeah, there
cross
we
his
go.
finger.
And I cross my fingers.
Well, let me at least give you a prayer of wit from Verena, auf dass euer Verstand gesegnet sein soll in ihren Namen. And I make a sign of Verena and make a blessing for them, blessing of wit.
Ah, dankeschön.
Okay, you can make a roll.
Oh, a fortune point. Fortune point!
Prayer refused.
Corruption point.
No, fortune.
Wait. Don't you have to roll on the Wrath of the God?
Not if you
No,
reroll,
I-
though.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's a blessing of wisdom, it's plus 10 intelligence. For 6 rounds for a minute now. So rush in there, do something intelligent.
That doesn't help us.
So, Rogel feels slightly more intelligent all of a sudden, as does Yoris, which is an unusual sensation for him. What would you like to do with your newfound intelligence?
Oh,
Well-
get to gambling as fast as possible because it's now 10 more.
Because it lasts a minute. Are we even gonna get through the
No,
door?
it
in
was
enough
like more
time?
like roleplay. If Erstig wants to, he can do something about it, but it was more roleplay fun. Like,
Oh, I like it, though.
Yeah.
I like
Do
it.
we get like supernumerate for like 3 seconds?
Well, Carl already has it all the time. So,
It's true. Carl does have it all the time, but
I-
Carl's not here to help us.
and I
Yeah.
wander off to the river and stay there in the vicinity.
And Oleg, where was Oleg during all this before I...
I think he said that he was staying back at the stable.
Oleg's napping with the
donkey.
cart.
Oleg snapping with a cart. Okay. Good. Yoris, Rogel, Carl. The doors open and a few individuals are ushered inside, rather sneakily, making sure that no one sort of has a line of sight to the entrance. It's a fairly secluded back door, at least. Ludwig, are you staying within sort of eye shot of it, or are you staying with it somewhere you can see, or are you going for a walk?
See in here. Yeah, and I stay. I just walk down the river a little bit, the docks up and down, see what persons are leaving and entering, something like that.
I would actually probably be with Ludwig because I'd have been wandering around by the dwarves,
makes
so I'd
sense.
see Ludwig.
Carl and Ludwig wandering about.
Hello, Carl. How are you?
Not too bad.
Man, let's get a nighttime map. Something a bit more. I know what we'll go for. We've got a familiar cellar.
Oh, yes.
A familiar cellar, but it's close enough for the purposes of representation. Oleg napping with the horse in the corner. Right, there we go.
I do hope there's no chaos cult down there.
You know there is.
Yeah, that's why I'm right there, okay?
Yoris and Carl, you are welcomed inside by someone fairly eager to usher you in. A fairly thuggish looking man who's squinting at his surroundings as you enter. Let's have him make a roll. Okay, oh, you can't see what it says, but it's a 95. Yeah, alright. Keep your voice down inside, alright? Try not to make too much of a ruckus.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Alright, have a good evening. Got a pit fight going on.
Oh, good.
Alright.
Pushes you down fairly briskly before closing the door behind and pretending to sit down and look busy. There's about 6 or 7 individuals downstairs at the moment, and not so much of a spacious cellar as the last. This is just a ordinary wine cellar, cheese cellar, fridge that you would be used to. It's sort of probably a 15 by 15 foot ish cellar, so there's enough room for a few people to have a bit of a scrap inside, but there's no large pit to throw people into, etc.
Just people standing about and Fight Club like.
Pretty much right now. A couple of guys more bare-chested than others. One or two has a shirt that's open, and you do see a few that look like they would probably be coming here to fight rather than to watch a fight, and a couple of the others are more leaning the other way towards being observers.
I'm gonna work my way over to the observers. Yeah.
Don't worry, Yoris. Sixth Sense has been rolled, as has all of your other passives, so do not you worry. Let's just have a little look at your stats, just in case, if there was any trouble, to see if anything would be noticed. Fair enough. Right, so while you're getting ready, there is, fortunately, a few kegs of ale downstairs. A few of them pouring glasses out.
Hey, last geezer that owned this place seemed to have quite a stash. You want a bit?
Well, maybe a little bit, yes.
Well, yeah. What do you like, this one or that one?
What's the difference?
I've got no idea.
Just had to go with one of them.
I'll take a small cup of the left one.
All right then. Sure you want a small one?
For starters.
All right. Passes you a glass. Smells like a strong ale.
With previous rolls in mind, this day I take small sip.
I will allow you to sip your beer slowly and not make a roll with plus 40 to sip it slowly over the evening. So have an easy test as you pace yourself.
Here goes.
Excellent.
You do like your drink, though. That has to
Can
be
use
said.
a fortune point to get
Well,
this one as well, maybe.
I take a few small sips and then a few larger sips and then swag the whole.
So you start with a small sip and you're like, nom 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 nom. That's actually quite tasty. Nom nom nom. And then a big gulp. Tasty. And before you know it, you are very well and truly enjoying your evening. By now, a few of the guys have begun to sort of do a little bit of light sparring. A couple of them look like they're gearing up. It's pretty much Fight Club down here. It's a little bit casual. There's no sense that anyone's going to be murdering each other, though. It just looks like a fairly something you'd be similar sort of seeing down at the docks back in Marienburg. A few people getting together, a little bit of a scrap, a few drinks on the side, likely a few coin being tossed in for the winners, etc. Just what you would consider to be some light-hearted fun. Perhaps even some bets going on who might win and lose.
Okay, I'm going to scout about and see if I can sort of like make a mark. You know, somebody who seems a bit gullible or ill-fortuned or...
Yep.
Well, same as me, actually.
Yeah.
And see if I can gauge somebody in like a private bet, just between two.
Okay. Do you want to spy someone out with an intuition test to see if you can find a reasonable victim? Or...
Yeah,
I was thinking, Yoris, that we could go find a table and start a game of cards and invite some people in.
That's also possible.
See who's willing to sit down for that, especially in the observers. I'm sure not all of them are here just for the fight. They're looking for a good place to make some money.
Oh yeah, just you and me start a card game, and maybe some unfortunate somebody can join.
We'll go with dramatic music for here, 'cause it's a Fight Club. It needs to be fairly boisterous.
Heck yeah. Yeah.
There we go. That's
But yeah, we
better.
could put some bets down on the fighters too, unless you're planning on fighting.
No, not really.
Oh, okay, good.
We'll turn it down a little bit though. There we go. There we go. What's the conclusion on what you two are going to do then?
I was just
Well-
offering that as a suggestion. What do you want to do?
Well, maybe chat up somebody to see if they're willing to place a bet or maybe play some cards. Yeah, just see who is most likely to
Roll me a
earn
charm
us.
test first with a... Roll me an easy charm test. Most people here have had a few drinks.
I'm gonna re-roll that.
Oh my god.
At least
you
It could be a
said
91 now.
Average or easy? Easy, right?
easy, yeah.
Oh my god. Well, then this is it then.
You try, but no one here really seems particularly interested in playing cards with you. Most people here for the fight.
You could use another fortune point to give +1 SL to the throw, then you make it.
You certainly could. You certainly could.
That would be quite an investment, though.
Oh wait.
You could have done that for the
Rogel
first one.
can, Rogel can assist me, right?
After the roll, nah.
No way.
You had an easy test. You were drunk, Eurus.
Yeah.
Nice try.
You didn't cross your fingers enough.
It's a no but, so you do find someone that's willing to place a bet on the fight. A small bet, though, but no one wants to play cards with you.
Okay. Well, okay. How much you want to? How much you want?
The person only has... Oh, let me just see. Okay, they've got 1 penny.
One. Okay.
Big
well,
money.
Just enjoy your drink then. Come on.
That's what they rolled. Okay. I'm afraid you picked the poorest person in the room, but they do offer the bet of a penny. Are you going to accept?
Well, sure.
Okay. There's 2 fighters currently gearing up. They have insisted it's fighter A, you have insisted it's fighter B. Both of them seem fairly comparable in terms of size and build. So you've got number 2. While all this is going on, Carl and Ludwig, what have you guys decided to do down by the docks?
Well, I asked Carl, what have you seen? Something interesting?
I was studying the dwarven boats and their tools and practices and having a chat with them.
Oh, and some new information, or maybe some new architecture that you could learn?
Could certainly bear it in mind in the future. Not very talkative, these dwarves.
No, they're not. We Varians try to stay away from them. They are quite keen on their law too, but they do not change it a lot. Well, let's see how long they take. Then I think I wait and see if someone enters or leaves that I might find interesting. And I stay quite close.
Are you going to stay there as long as you need to, sort of? If they're
Yes,
down there a
I
few
wait.
hours, you're just going to wait?
I just wait until the fighting people come out there and the watchmen try to hang people. Something like that.
Okay. You continue to wait. Meanwhile, Yoris, the fight starts.
Yes.
2 individuals, both roughly 5'8", fairly stocky in build. You would assume dock workers from the size of their forearms in particular. Normally a sign of someone that's handled a lot of rope, a few calluses over their fingers. You're pretty sure that these guys, they may even be one of your own. Maybe seafaring, who knows. But the 2 of them both releasing their upper garments. square off in a roughly 9-foot wide sort of circle that's been made by the crowd that's cheering around the edge. Your fighter number 2, we're just going to do this as a one-off strength roll between the two. So we're just going to do a single. Fighter number 1, this is the other guys. Fighter number 2, afraid your guy gets toasted. Within about 3 or 4 punches, your brass penny is gone as your fighter hits the dust, knocked out fairly quickly. Seemingly the other guy, not a particularly competent fighter, but still your guy clueless.
Well, at least the ale was good.
There's a number of more fights that continue afterwards, each with a fairly little bit of a longer bout, normally 3 or 4 rounds, throwing punches for a minute or so. A few of the guys get a little bit bloodied and bruised. It's decent entertainment, at least for someone that enjoys this sort of scene. Rogel.
Why, yes!
I'm looking at your talents.
What'd I do?
No, you're fine. Ludwig, you don't need to make any tests. A group of people start walking towards the cellar.
What are they? How do they look like?
There's about 8 of them.
Do they have weapons?
Yes. The one in the front.
Pointy hats?
The one at the front has a pointy hat. He's currently holding a torch in one hand. A couple behind him, torches as well. He has a sword in his hand. It's familiar insignia to you, and a familiar garment.
Do I have any chance to... so how far is he away when I first...
They are walking toward you. Are you thinking, do you have any chance of quickly running in there?
Okay, no. I turn to Carl and whisper to him, get Rogel out of there. And then spread my arms. Right on time. I have searched for you and try to go between the witch hunter and the cellar. And I hope that Carl knows what to do.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to make a break for the door.
Carl is going to make a very quick run for the door. Ludwig, in the meantime, you are standing currently in front of 8 people who are armed right now, walking towards you with swords. You notice a pistol around the man's belt, a fairly angular moustache and beard, and goatee rather, on his face. Fairly stereotypical witch hunter.
Okay, and I walk towards him without drawing my sword or anything. As an official warrior priest of Verenia, to be precise, of the Order of Mystery, I am intrigued in which way you are intrigued by the religion. You seem to be doing your job right now.
They don't necessarily stop walking, and as you are stood there in front of you, a little bit like sort of Gandhi in front of a tank, only this tank doesn't stop. They continue to plough through. He does release a few words as he is pretty much to the point where he's pushing you to one side with an arm. Official business, out of the way.
I would like to try to do a leadership throw and be like, I demand that you recognize me in my official, order?
Capacity.
Or capacity, yes.
You can make a roll. You can certainly try. You can do a leadership test. It will be, let's just do challenging.
I will reroll that.
Oh boy.
Okay,
Oh boy.
now I have at least a chance. I still have 1 fortune point, so if you want to, I can get it into the positive. I don't know if it's a comparison roll.
It's up to you, but currently, what he has said as he walks past is,
We'll deal with you later.
No, then I definitely do it in the positive. Then I give my last fortune point and do plus 1. This fucker has to stop. I'm a warrior priest of Verena. He will talk to me.
You can certainly try. So you can spend another to get a +1, which is a yes and. Well, it's just a yes, actually. He walks right up to you, perhaps 3 inches, his toes to yours. He towers over you a good 6 inches higher. This is a fairly robust man. His frame is pretty goddamn large, as are most of the brutes behind him.
You have seconds. Tell me what you want.
The new official law of Magnus the Pious demands a new system of trials that shall be overlooked by an official that would be a judge or a representative of the priesthood of Verena. I demand hereby that you oblige by this law or see yourself writing to a local judge to go on in your business. And I look him dead in the eye and don't twitch a second.
He looks you back in response. Turns around to a couple of his compadres. And...
You 3. Restrain him. Rest with me. We'll deal with the priest later.
3 of them right now go towards grabbing your arms.
Okay,
Not to
do I
necessarily do anything else other than to just restrain you.
Do I have any sign of Carl or some of my comrades right now?
Carl has run towards the cellar fairly briskly.
Yeah, I take a step back and look around my shoulder if I can see them, and if not, I don't know.
Carl, you have made your way to the cellar, which is closed. What are you going to say to the guy at the entrance?
Hello. You right? You want to come in?
You might want to get people out.
Why?
Trouble coming.
Trouble? What type of trouble?
Witch hunter trouble.
Oh, shit.
It opens the door rather quickly, and
go. Fucking get him out. I'm fucking off.
He runs. He runs. He's gone. You are there with the door downstairs.
Okay, I'll leg it downstairs then. And if I can catch Rogel and Yoris's eye waving frantically at the door.
You... so you're going in and you're trying to just get their attention by like waving your arms here.
Well, yeah, I guess I can't shout over the noise.
There's quite a few people down here sort of currently in the middle of a fisty brawl, but it's still only enough people that it's fairly obvious when someone new comes down. Rogel, Yoris, you see Carl come down the stairs.
Oh shit!
Let's Rogel. I think we were wise to prepare our.
I self, and I leave.
Yeah.
Okay. You
Skedaddle.
The 3 of you make your way. Are you telling anyone else, by the way, or are you?
No.
Oh no.
Okay. The 3 of you.
Yeah, I'll shout over my shoulder before we leave the witch hunters, and nothing else. Just leaving.
Okay. And it would be apparent to you, Carl, that they're not far away. You're talking seconds away. Yeah. So they're going to see you come out of here. That you would know. So you do shout to the others, and they are definitely receptive. The moment you say that, the place breaks out into a silence for about 2 seconds as people look each other up and down before everyone makes a break for the door. Now, you guys fortunately decided to go ahead of this, so aren't going to have to make a roll to try and get through. But as you go first, Yoris, Rogel, and Carl at the top of the door. We'll assume Theo's currently getting groomed by Oleg. he may look a bit nicer by tomorrow at the very least. As the three of you exit, there, only meters away, is a group of individuals looking at you, weapons drawn. Ludwig, you can kind of see behind them Carl that is currently being held, one arm, assuming you let them restrain you, Ludwig. They don't look like they're trying to kill you currently.
No. I would like when I see that he gives the order, I would like to do the step back, look around my shoulder if I see them, and then instantly say my prayer of conscience, where they cannot, they have to make a willpower test to act unlawfully.
Okay, in accordance with your law.
Yes, and the Varinan law, I assume, is like the law.
Okay, you can certainly try.
Oh, please, Verena, please. Right now, I really need your help.
You can make me a roll.
Okay, Verena, sieh, dass dein Gesetz bestimmt wird. Yes! That would be 3 persons that I can put this prayer on with plus
you
for
have
myself.
3 people going to grab you currently, but you can do it on whoever you like. There was 8 in total.
No, I do 2 of the people and the witch hunter.
Okay. So 2 of them.
So when
and
the law is in effect from Magnus to Pius, he shouldn't be able to do that what he's doing right now. I hope so.
He shouldn't. Right.
So can I give you the blessing that you can see the effect? I think they have a plus 20 willpower test.
Sure.
But for 6 rounds, they have to test every round to.
You can certainly do that.
Okay.
Right. So, 2 of them are still moving towards you. They're not looking like they're going to harm you still. They are just cozying up, let's say, making sure you don't approach the witch hunter. They're not breaking any laws. They're just doing as they're told as paid thugs. Again, no weapons are drawn. 2 of them, though, seem to be more peaceful than the other, who is making a sort of starting to grab your arm, or making a move toward doing so. Carl, Joris, and Rogel, as you come out, we are going to just see what happens with good old... It's a plus 20 willpower, right?
Yes, it's a plus 20 willpower.
Okay. Right. That'll do. You... Get them! Carl, Joris, Rogel. A group of people start running towards you. You do have, beside you, to your left, there is a place you could run, or you could stand and fight. You certainly have a choice. You have meters between you. Ludwig is in the background. It is your choice.
I'm going to run, break line of sight, and cast or channel Ulgu to start stealthing and get GTFO.
Well, I think
I don't care what's behind me.
I think what we're going to need to do right now is we're going to need to roll initiative. So
there you go. That's a good idea.
We're going to pop a Marek there. He's missing his token's image, so we'll just upload Marek's image. So he looks...
Do I recognize this guy?
I mean, he looks like a generic witch hunter. They all look the same.
Ah, okay.
So racist.
Yeah, I know. Humans and their stupid religions.
Yeah, I know. Right. Where are they? We'll go for... So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's quite a few people here. If that's not obvious.
But we also have like a massive crowd that's about to be running up the stairs.
You do indeed. They are coming out. Actually, yeah, we need some tokens for them as well. So let's get a mob token for them.
bunch of pit fighters coming up the stairs.
Yeah. Oh no, they're children.
Oh no!
We won't bring the children into this. We won't bring the children
Get
into
the
this.
children mob out of here.
Okay.
A bunch
Get
of pit fighters
women and
with
children
swarm
first.
mechanics.
Okay. Just go for a bunch of random tokens that are just pouring out currently. A random
Oh, the
judge
noble
is mixed in.
could help
Look
us.
at that
Yeah, the
nobleman
judge.
with
We
the
need the judge. That's.
A random judge is a lawyer was down there, apparently. Right, so I guess it's time to roll initiative. I will leave the group and they will act as one. So you are active and you are active. Let's go ahead and begin combat and roll all. Right. Rogel is... Jesus, everyone... Okay, right, Rogel, you do have the opportunity to go first.
I run and then
Okay.
stealth.
Right. You can run and you can channel Ulgu as you make your way and dart down a passage very, very quickly to get the hell out of there.
I will re-roll that with corruption. Ha ha ha.
Okay, you will reroll that with a corruption point.
Because that's what I'm doing now.
I'm gonna get you. I swear to God.
There you go. That's better.
That will do. That will do indeed. You're out and you are well and truly invisible. You are confident at least.
I want to spend
Spend a fortune to
Fortune?
go first.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Go for it, my friends. Leave Carl there.
I'm fleeing and I'm shouting to Carl, follow me, because we've scouted out the place earlier and I want to, you know, go around the building, circle back to behind Ludwig, and that's my idea.
And are you sprinting?
I have flee, so I'm
Okay.
using that.
Roll me an athletics test. We'll do a sprint because that will be the maximum movement you're able to do.
Just challenge normal.
Yeah. Yeah, you are well and truly out of there with your +2, and obviously you had the extra movement too, which means you are pretty far gone. Carl, now in terms of mechanics, if you use a fortune point, you can change the combat order, which is what your Yoris has just done.
Yeah.
It's up to you if you would like to do that or not.
I'm being faced down by the witch hunter and 4 thugs at the moment, aren't I?
Yes.
And I'm between them and the group of people running out the cellar.
In almost a split second, Rogel and Yorist just disappeared.
Just vanished.
And you are there just looking left and right. Everyone else is coming out from the cellar, but still, you've kind of been left a couple seconds behind. I assume you're running. Have an athletics test.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to fortune it and run as well, aren't I?
That's why I shouted out, follow me.
I have flee as well.
I do not.
Now we're coming for you.
What was it challenging? Sorry.
I'm not going for Ludwig.
No one's
I'm
drawn a
sorry.
weapon on you still, Ludwig. I'd make that clear.
Yeah, I know. I'll just wait until I have my initiative.
Was it challenging athletics?
It's average, I guess. Yeah, I think it's average. Okay.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Does that take into account, flee?
It only means you go -1 meter, so you don't like fail to run. You run, you just don't get as far as Yoris. So, in terms of distances, you're still further than Rogel because you sprinted. He's hidden, so Rogel's kind of run a little way down into an alley, quickly disappeared. You've got fairly far. Yoris has just disappeared. At which point, you can hear a gunshot behind you, Carl. It doesn't... At least a split second later, you're fairly confident it wasn't aimed at you, as you don't feel a flash of pain, and you don't hear a explosion of rubble around you as you continue to run forwards. Ludwig, in front of you, you see a clash between the witch hunter and the remnants of who is pouring out from this cellar, and a clash of blades. It's up to you how you wish to react, but currently no one is drawing a weapon on you. It is just simply them making sure you didn't follow, it would seem.
Okay, let's see. So the witch hunter attacks the people right off.
He does indeed. draws a pistol. One of the first ones to arrive out raises the pistol up, and we'll have to make a willpower test for that.
Guys, so I'm sorry, but I think you know what I have to do.
He is definitely.
That's fine. Go ahead.
He is definitely taking a shot at the first one that comes out with his pistol with a willpower roll like that.
Verena, stand by my side. I shall judge these people, and I cut the first guy in the middle in half. No, wait. I go into defensive position. I draw my sword, go into the defensive position, and cry out, "Kneel down and be judged," and prepare to fight these thugs, these unlawful,
Schweinhunde.
bastards. I'm sorry, guys.
Okay.
Defensive position.
Defensive stance for you. Okay, that's fine. So the witch hunter, let's do a quick pistol roll just to see how badly it's going to be, like point blank. So it's just going to murder someone pretty much.
Why do you guys follow Rogel? Come on, stop.
Look. Oh, we're in a town where gambling's become illegal. Witch hunters are killing everyone that's doing this. I know what we'll do. We'll go to a nearby gambling cellar, because that's obviously not what's going to happen.
Followed me.
Don't blame me for this. It's nothing to do with me. One of them is just, as the moment he runs out, his chest is just peeled open by a pouring of lead shot into his corpse. Or now corpse. Ludwig, actually, the one single person that was adjacent to you, seeing you draw your weapon, he's not under the influence of anything in particular, so he is going to make a little swing at you, swingity swooty, and he's going to probably roll. Aye, there we go. You might live through this.
Okay, wait. How do I do this? I rolled the bastard sword, don't I? Yes.
Yeah, so it will do most of it automatically for you.
And I have to give me plus 20 because defensive.
You get plus 20. Yep.
Target him. Target the thing.
So if you right click and target him or double click him, that helps as well.
Double click.
Yeah, it's double right click.
Go for the one on the left, please. Sorry, I didn't make that obvious.
The left one or the thug?
The left thug, the one that's of got a really weird face. They all have weird face. But the guy that's next to you, there you go.
Plus 20. Oh damn it! It did work.
That's fine. So we can do that. Well, you definitely defend. Do
I get something from what is it? 12 success level?
12 success levels. Unfortunately, not. Other than an advantage point. But you have an advantage point, and he attacked you, which may or may not be relevant later on. Another thug here is going to charge in. Another thug here is going to charge in. There's all sorts of combat coming out now. This thug here is going to make a willpower roll because you... Technically, he has no reason to attack you or anyone else. So...
Haha!
He actually doesn't know what to do. You see him just freeze on the spot, seemingly confused, and seemingly being judged in front of your eyes. You see him pretty much weighing up his life options. You go there, and that guy is... Where was he in the combat order? Okay, I skipped this guy. Oh, and this guy as well needed the willpower roll, which I forgot. We'll do him out of order. -4. Equally, the other thug near you, Ludwig, also stops in his tracks. Does not do anything.
Yep, they go to prison.
Both of them seemingly completely confused. Otherwise, a complete brawl has broken out. It's beginning of the round. Rogel.
Rogel is going to be backtracking around the buildings to get back to around where the entrance Ludwig's at.
Okay, so you can probably do that in one round if you sprint.
But I'm stealth, so I don't know how long.
Yeah, you're out of line of sight of them, so it's up to you.
Yeah, I could turn it off and turn it back on.
I would
That's fine.
say I would allow you to do it because no one can see you. So
Okay.
and
I'll just do that
no
then.
one's chased you. So yeah, if you make me an athletics test, just to make sure you don't do this terribly.
Sure.
If you get like -6, then you might be in
Oh
some
yeah,
trouble,
it's
but-
agility based. Heck yeah, I got this.
Yeah, it's average.
Or I
okay.
don't.
So you get most of the way there.
Corruption.
Okay, sure.
Oh, it's going down with corruption, you.
That's a little bit better.
Okay, that's
Whatever.
better. You get around a corner to the point where you can see Ludwig engaged with someone. So that's pretty much it. You're sprinting through some back
I'm
alleys
done.
quickly, running around. You're still hidden from the engagement, so no one can actually see you. Witch Hunter time. His pistol has been utilised. He charges forward and joins the fray. By now,
Has to do the willpower test, 6 rounds.
yes,
Only
yes.
so
of
you know.
course. No, of
I think
course.
4 rounds from now. I think 2 rounds already. God damn it!
Yeah, he's rolled like an absolute beast. He is determined to mow them down. By now, there's just a couple of people fending for their lives, currently being chopped down in front of you. Right. Let's go for one of these. No, he's still frozen in spot. This thug here has decided that he is still having his life choices weighed up by Verena. Carl, it's you to go.
I'm going to loop round, following after Joris. Try and loop round to Ludwig as well.
Okay, so you follow Rogel. Make an athletics test, see if you can get there in one turn.
Just a second. Challenging.
Average.
Average.
If you roll fairly well. Okay,
Come on, guys!
you can get further than Rogel because you are faster than him. So you can get to a point where you can certainly see Ludwig and someone fighting. Obviously, you've just sprinted, so you can't be in melee with any of them. But next turn, you're right there with them.
Yep.
You're not far away. Ludwig, it's your turn. One chap has swung towards you. Everyone else seems to be weighing up their life choices.
So, what weapons does my enemy have?
It seems to be a single rusted sword.
Okay. Then, yeah, I try to put him down because I know they need to learn with pain.
He's a good teacher.
That's right.
So, yep. If you want to target him for me, with either double click him or right click him and click on the little bullseye. Either or.
Okay, right. So with his counter, I really can't right click it. I'm
Okay, if you
sorry.
just double click
Doesn't
him,
work.
double right click. Let's try that.
Now I got
There
him
we go.
focused.
Yeah, that's got it. Nice. Okay, so now we'll do a
okay,
roll.
And now I do just have to roll. The advantage is already in there. Okay.
Yep, advantage is already in there, and he'll do a hand weapon in response. He rolled +1, you got -2. Afraid. That ain't a victory.
Okay.
Not today. Thug won by 3SL. Stealing the one advantage, you make a swing towards him with your bastard sword. One of the few enemies that's been able to parry you to one side. Seemingly. A somewhat more competent swordsman than your average opponent. He in return is now going to swing at you with his rusted blade. And
Okay, I tried to block it.
-1, so let's see how you do. You see, we won't need to do anything for the defensive. That should be automatic. It will be a small victory. It's on your head as well, but
I do have the open plate helm on my
yeah,
head.
it will apply automatically. So a bit of damage makes its way through, but the helmet, I would imagine, it is open, so I think it only applies on, was it even numbers or odd? It's built into the system anyway, so... okay, it's only on even numbers that you ignore it, so it was counted. So it did actually do some good there. 9 damage in total, so 5 made its way through. Does that seem about right? How much toughness do you have?
I have toughness 4.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so we'll give you another 8. I'll give you 3 hit points back. I think that's better.
Thank you very much.
Right, melee over here by now. almost everyone has been cut down. Really rather brutal and bloody, as you can hear behind you, Yoris. And that reminds me, one other thug now has to weigh up his life choices and just establish whether or not he is able to react to this. He is. And... He is going to... he is going to sprint after Yoris. Giving chase to those who had run away. He's not technically engaged with you because he's not made an attack. Yoris, it's your turn.
I'm pretty far ahead of him because he's skipped,
you've got flee, haven't you?
turn.
And he's further back. Yeah. So you are further, but he has made some good ground on you.
Okay, I'm going to do the same as the others. Double.
Try and double back around. Okay. Another sprint test to see how far you get in relation to him. Decent with flee as well. We'll say that you're able to get to a comparable place to Carl. So you find yourself next to Carl, following him. You can hear the footsteps behind you of a thug, but you seem to be feeling relatively safe. Rogel, how's it going?
Hey, buddy. How's it going? I'm going to try and help Ludwig.
What's up, Nick?
I'm going to go ahead and...
We're here in Morlanfurt casting spells again.
Yeah, here I am.
That went well
casting
last time.
spells, getting in trouble.
So what are we doing?
I got attacked first, so we're in the good
Yeah,
there.
You are in... Well, they got attacked first last time. It didn't really help. But,
yeah,
Rogel,
exactly.
They got a lawyer on their side now, or kind of a lawyer.
Yep.
We were working for a lawyer last time.
You were working for...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, legalities. Rogel, what are you doing, dart?
I'm going to make him drop.
Okay. Who's going to drop what?
I'm going to make him drop... Hold on. Why can't I? There we go. Magic.
I see the target.
I'm making him drop his weapon. Yeah.
Okay, I like it. Let's go.
Drop your weapons!
It works
2 overcasts.
with 2 overcasts, so I will do...
How do you want to do that?
2 targets. So who do you want to drop stuff?
The witch hunter.
Yeah, you can sort of see through and see some
So
fighting.
please, the guy that I'm in contact
All
with.
right.
Yeah,
so
the
who
guy
can
you're-
I see?
The guy you're in contact with, and
Yeah.
there is another guy stood the other side of Ludwig who seems to be just looking at his hands right now, seemingly
Okay.
just paralyzed in some sort of decision-making process. And you can see a scrap going on behind a mixture of thugs and a witch hunter.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely don't want to make the witch hunter drop anything, because then he'll just be like, huh, wizard? So I'm just going to make whoever's closest to Ludwig, they drop.
Okay, so these 2 can drop their stuff, and they have to make a dexterity roll, I believe. Is it challenging?
Let me see. It is drop. It is a challenging dexterity test.
Yep, that's 1 drop. And we have another... There we go. 2 dropped weapons for the 2 thugs. That will likely
Sweet.
help. One final scream as a lady is cut down the other side of this combat. And... thug here never drew his weapon, but it will have slipped out of its holster. Curious at his... No, he has to make a willpower test roll to do anything now. Yeah, he's still stood there, doing nothing. Paralysed. Thugs... Okay, thug number 1 is... This guy is going to charge you, Ludwig. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not sorry. So he's got 1 advantage for charging. And... There is a bit of an outnumber.
Is it far enough? Because you have to have a certain distance for the
Yeah, it only
advantage.
needs to be like 4 yards, so it's
Okay.
it's definitely a charge range. It's across a very small courtyard, but it's enough to get a little bit of momentum. Combat-wise, God, some idiot didn't give him a hand weapon. So, we will deal with that very quickly with trappings.
And I do think he gets plus 20 because the other one doesn't have a weapon right now, so I don't know if I'm technically.
He doesn't have a weapon. That is a very good point because he was engaged, but his weapon has slipped through his hands. You know what?
Yeah, that makes him kind of less lethal.
I am going to say, because he's going to be grasping with the fact that his weapon has just slipped through his hands, that he's not going to get an outnumbering bonus on you, because it doesn't make sense. If he had already dropped it and he'd had a turn, I would say he would get the bonus, but a fumble and a technical fail, so 1 defensive roll for you, Ludwig. How are we doing there? A successful defense and a fumble. Catch part of your anatomy. So he loses his 1 advantage. You gain 1 advantage. And he also suffers a wound as he charges forward, swiping for you.
Haha!
And seemingly pulling a muscle as he does so. Rather clumsy state of affairs. Hard work. Decent helpers are hard to find these days. Right. Yo, what's up, Lecter? How we doing? Carl. Ludwig is currently surrounded.
I'm going to charge into that one that's just completely fumbled it.
Okay. The guy that's fluffed it. Charge him. There's no outnumbering, but you do get 1 advantage. You can make yourself a roll.
Have you put the advantage on?
I'll put your advantage on.
Fantastic. And just flat roll.
A flat roll. Plus 5.
Nice.
Decent. Minus 5 as well. Wow. That will be a decent amount. 17 damage. Right. Nearly in a single hit, you charge in, swiping at him, hitting him square in the body, and able to tear out a decent chunk of his abdomen. He's about to fall over in pain. Ludwig, it's you to go. Carl's coming to guard you from behind. 2 on 2 now.
I think I strike at the one without a weapon. Do I get a bonus for that because he can't defend himself?
Yeah, I'd say plus 20. I'll count him as helpless.
Okay, then I swing
just
at
for
him.
A second.
And I have 1 advantage, so I make it a plus 20 roll.
He did have an advantage, but he would have lost it, so that's...
Jeez.
Well, let's see what he rolls first, because it might not be that good. Yep, you still win.
I still do a lot of damage because I got... I can give myself 5 success level.
Despite with a roll of 98, you still slay him with a single blow. Because he is a potato, and yeah, absolutely good work.
Yeah, can I chop his head off?
Certainly.
Yeah, I judge him to be executed. I cry out while
with a bastard sword, it comes clean off.
Yeah, okay. While he leans down to get his sword, I just cleave his head off. 1 clean swipe.
Oof and ouch. From behind now, seeing someone's head come clean off, another thug is going to come out of nowhere, charging toward you, Ludwig, having just cut someone's head off. No outnumbering because Carl is there beside you, but another man taking a swing at you, fancying his chances. I'll tell you what, I'll just roll the other one because he's already got a hand weapon equipped. Hey, there we go.
I should have 2 advantage right now.
Yep, you did kill someone, so there is your 2 advantage. So 1 defensive roll.
Okay, now.
So, the crit will go through either way, so it's up to you if you want to burn a point of armor on... Do you have any armor on your arm?
I have a leather jerkin. No, I have a plate braces agent with 2 armor points on my right arm.
It's up to you if you want to burn an armor point.
Yes, I do. It can be repaired, can't it?
It can be repaired, you hope. You're not an armor smith, but fingers crossed.
I reduced it by 1.
Okay. A crushed elbow is... You do still take the 4 wounds from the critical effect, however. So says the lawmakers. I saw this the other day. So 11, which will be down to 7. And then, of course, the
effect is ignored.
The effect is ignored, absolutely.
Okay, hopefully. That will
the
be
effect
bad.
is ignored. So you did win the test, but you did get hit. So I'm going to pop you back down to 1 advantage. As you get hit, but you're still able to maintain your ground.
Okay, wow, good that I have these plate braces. Would be very, very bad.
A crushed elbow would have been very...
Yes, it's for weeks. It's for weeks and weeks.
Very, very bad. Okay. And I know we're pressing for time. We may end up having to finish this. Running around finish. Charging in next to you, Carl, trying to find an opening. There's another man with 1 advantage who's going to have a hand weapon. We may have to leave this on a cliffhanger today. I'm just equipping a hand weapon. Oh, there we go. Now he has one. There we go. How are we doing? -1/+4. Easy defense for you, Carl. A slow, brutish man. Easy to move out the way of. His blow goes wide. Right, who are we up to now? Someone following Carl. Let's just do a agility. If he gets more than +3... Nope. Okay. So he's following, but he's some way behind you, Joris. So he's sort of followed you round, but he's back there somewhere. Not exactly sure. Joris, it's you to go. And we'll probably finish this round, and then may have to wrap up the combat in the beginning of the next session.
Can I see that guy or not?
You can hear someone following you.
Okay.
It'll be fairly obvious. He'll be shouting.
Yeah, but I can't shoot him.
Yeah, he's running down a road toward you right now.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot that guy. Probably.
Okay. Is this with a bow?
Yep.
Cool. You draw a bow. Arrow.
Is it... what range is it?
I would say it's probably about 15 meters. 15 yards.
That's a +20 or...
you can click on that, so it would be average, indeed. One average
yeah, I'm going to
test.
do that.
I'll put him a step closer so you can target him if you wish. It does make it easier if you target him. Thank you very much. Go right ahead. Oof.
I'm going to use my last reroll.
Sure you don't want to use a corruption point?
Nah.
Okay. Go for it. Let's see how we do. Oh, Joris. A good effort, a valiant effort, but
yep.
the corruption just goes slightly wide. There is corruption. The last one to go is Thug here, who is going to make his way in. Yep, and he's going to make a swing. Still won't get an outnumbering bonus, but he is going to make a swing at you, Ludwig.
Yeah, he can come.
-1. -1. One defensive roll for you.
Which one was it, or doesn't it matter?
Bottom left. Alright, let's have it. -1 as well, but I think you have the better target.
I have 44 weapon skill and 54 with my melee.
Yeah, you
basic.
win. You win. So you're able to stack yourself another advantage, and you are ever so slightly safer from imminent death. Guys, do you have time for us to do another round, or do we need to finish this next week?
Yeah, one is okay.
One round? Everyone else
Yeah.
okay?
I have...
fine.
Yeah, I've one question though.
Yep.
You get 2 actions per round, right?
Well, you get a
No, one move and
action.
one action.
Yeah, but when you shoot, you can aim.
Aim is a whole
That's
round
it.
to do, though.
Oh,
I believe an aim is an action. It's not a movement. So
Yes,
basically, if you
that's right.
aim, you can only shoot next turn. You can't aim and shoot in the same turn. Yeah.
Okay.
So the action economy isn't 2 actions. It's a move and an action. But you can't do 2 actions. Yeah, it's... it is what it is. Rogul then, starting off the turn. What are you going to do?
The drop was awesome, by the way.
All right, so
It
I
helped.
don't want to use dart's too freaking OP, so I'm going to use blast. Let's try and hit people with blast.
Okay.
Let's see if I can do
Blast
this. What's the magic like?
It's
Challenging?
No, it's fairly strong here. Plus 10.
Plus 10? Okay.
That will do.
There you go. How's that?
Wow.
That will do.
Wow.
So that was against which one?
I targeted the one in the middle, but it's a blast, so it's an AoE. It'll
Okay.
do damage to everything in the area.
20 damage to... and how big is the radius?
Willpower,
Bring it up.
Willpower
bonus
bonus
yards or
yards?
something.
Yeah, so it's going to be 6 yards.
6 yards. Are you doing it far enough back that it doesn't hit your allies, or are you just sort of...
Please
I'm
don't
trying to hit
hit
as many of them as possible, so I'm thinking like I can't ping, but like on the right side there where I can hit that big clump.
So we'll do it that you've done it on a wall, like shooting a rocket launcher against a wall, so it can explode. And let's say it hits 3 of them easily.
Sure.
So that's basically 3 of them dead. Pretty much, and that's magic. Right. To try and provide a degree of balance to this game, a witch hunter is, having just seen a large explosion of magic, the witch hunter is still able to gather his wits. He is going to...
Brat, pew pew.
Does he still hate me, though?
Reload that pistol.
Well,
Yeah.
He is going to...
Flee! Flee! Yeah, okay, maybe a leadership test for the other ones, because like 3 exploded in shadows right in front of their
well,
eyes.
on their turn, most likely. He is going to... I'm just going to make a intelligence test for him to see how smart he's going to be here.
Marginally failure.
Fairly smart. He's going to pause for a second and run. He's off.
Oh, this dick.
There's 2 guys left, and he is booking it because 3 guys just exploded, and...
Okay, if I have... I will just try to run off. No, regardless how the other thugs react, if they still want to fight, or if they want to kill me, or if they want to do anything, I just run.
Let's
So
do
in
an
that
agility
situation
test for him.
if you have advantage, you can disengage.
You can spend it to disengage. You can indeed.
Ah, yes, I
He
will
got
do
plus
that.
2. So he got +2 for his athletics. We'll do that for a second there. That guy's
20.
dead. That guy's dead. Carl, it's you to go. And then in Ludwig. So, Carl,
Okay, so...
what are you going to do?
Carl.
I think Carl's targeting someone. Can't hear him.
Carl.
Sorry, I was muted.
It's all
Going to
right.
attempt to
Yep, have
embed
a
the
swipe.
in this guy.
A decent hit.
Yeah.
Bloody decent hit.
Oh,
yeah.
Rip them
Jesus.
apart.
No, he's fucking dead as well. Just cleaved through. Yeah, this is a video from Vermintide 2, by the way. Damn. Literally cleaved through him. Ludwig, you have advantage that you can spend.
Yeah, so I assume that the last one really doesn't want to fight against us right now, so I just book it. I spend maybe... Yeah, I book it and run as fast as I can after the Witch Hunter.
You can make me an agility test.
Okay, the Witch Hunter, did he has plate armor as well, or is he more nimble maybe?
He was fairly armoured, but he made it... He ran quite quick.
Plus 20?
Yeah, you get a challenging test. Oh, sorry, you get an average. Yeah, so plus 20.
Oh no.
Okay. So you run after him, but he's 14, like plus 14 on you. We'll do a couple more rolls to see if you catch up, unless something really bad happens for him. it looks like it's going to be a struggle for you to catch up. Right. It's very safe to say that this thug here, Carl, is he going to run away? That's the question. No. No, he's
Did you
going...
reroll?
Am I murdering another one?
I'm trying to think of how to describe this. He looks at you with a degree of anger in his eyes. One could even say a fury or a frenzy. He charges towards you and takes a swing. That's a very slight victory.
No.
On whose behalf?
On his. Very slight.
I might have to re-roll that then.
To win by 1.
Actually, I only need to add. I could use the fortune to just add +1 and win, couldn't I?
You would then both be on 1 and...
Yeah, normally, yes.
That would win.
If your
I don't
skills
actually
are
need
higher.
to...
Yep.
My skill's 54.
Okay.
You would win.
So I don't need to roll, I can just sacrifice the fortune point and win that.
Oh, no. Yep, you can spend a fortune point, you win. However, he attacks you again.
Oh.
One more roll, please.
Oh.
That's a natural hit this time, although, I mean, it's going to scratch you, so... It was a fair scratch, actually. Fair play.
I don't know. Do they do so much damage?
It's a hand weapon. Like, it's a hand weapon plus strength is normally like a base of 7.
That's like 7 minus the toughness bonus is like 4
Yeah.
or 5.
Yeah, he only did 4 damage, I think.
Ah, okay,
Yeah,
now I
he
see it.
only
Yeah,
did
sorry.
4 damage.
Yes.
Right. And that is... Ludwig, make a... Actually, is it Ludwig next? Yes, Ludwig, make another agility test for me, please.
I
No,
made
it's my
one
turn.
right
You've
after
done yours, yeah,
the...
it's yours then. My bad.
I'm going to bump this guy.
No, I did them in the wrong order. No, I didn't, because he's a 0. Yep, you're going to run up and give him a bump.
I'm lost, yeah.
Right, let's have your roll. This is my defensive roll. Oh, you do get a +20 for attacking, because you do outnumber him.
Hang on, it's not working. Do different.
+4, you do win. Okay. You hurt him. A bit. It's, count that as a charge. There we go. So you got yourself some advantage.
Yeah.
And... Rogel, due to go.
Okay. Hold on. How does this work? 67 yards. Okay, so is the witch hunter still in within 67 yards?
Yes, but not line of sight.
I don't need line of sight
Okay.
for this one.
What are you going to do?
I'm gonna murmured whisper him.
Sure, Murmured Whisper doesn't line of sight?
You cast your voice at a point within willpower yards, regardless of line of sight. So
Okay,
I can.
yeah, fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
you'd have to make an intelligence test to
There
guess,
we go.
to guess where he's
I
gone.
like that.
Because you're going to
Intelligence.
basically be guessing where he's gone. You've got
Oh,
you've
no.
got a fairly good idea.
All right, I'm still gonna do it. Then.
Go ahead and make your roll.
I'm gonna say that he, you know, what am I gonna say? I'm gonna say, I want to antagonize him. I want to
Sigmar. In the name of Sigmar, stop or something.
Okay, let's do this. I failed. I failed to cast it anyway.
Nearly. It was so close. So close.
Of course, that's what happens. Whatever.
Which
Don't you have like 3 luck fortune points still left?
I wind up telling some poor bloke in the bath that he should probably stop and consider the Verenum priest chasing him.
Okay. Carl, let's have a roll plus 20 for you. See if you're able to take out the thug with your amazing rolls.
I really hope so. Plus 20, you say?
Yeah. Plus 2 for him. Plus 1 for you. Oof. He successfully defends. We're going to keep rolling for him because I do believe that he may well cause some damage. Ludwig, let's have an agility test.
Okay.
You're going to need a big positive to be able to catch up. No luck just yet. Joris, it's you to go.
Yeah, I stopped the hunt after I see that he's way faster than me.
Yeah, he's definitely running as fast as he can. Joris, it's over to you.
I'm going to attack.
Right, one more attack.
Do I get a plus 20 for outnumbering, right?
You do indeed. Plus 3. Nice. Plus -1. Ooh, we have some damage. Oh, so close. So close. Okay. And lastly, he's going to attack you back, Joris. There is attack number 1. He rolls like a champion. This guy may well kill everyone.
That was your intent this session, right?
For him,
Yep.
yeah, pretty much. Just for the thug. To kill everyone. MVP. That's a hit. Sticking with it, Joris. I think we have to, right?
Yeah.
It's only going to be about 4 damage by the time... Oof, 5, okay. That's 1. He spins around. Carl.
Do I get plus 20 against him?
Not to defend, I'm afraid. Not to defend.
Well, that'll do.
Oof, lucky you. Lucky you. You managed to get yourself 1 advantage back. Right, and it's almost a given that between Rogel, Joris and Carl, you guys will kill him now. It's up to you if you want to continue rolling to see who does, but he's got like 1 hit point.
I'll dart him.
It's personal
Bang,
at this point.
finger bang bang.
Okay, you finger
Yeah,
bang.
just
bang.
kill him.
You
Finger bang,
Just
bang.
roll me a dice for a finger bang, please. Because this is relevant.
Finger bang bang you into my life.
Yay!
Oh, corruption.
Uh-oh.
Dude, the fortune. Oh yeah, corruption. Maybe fortune point.
Yeah, boy, corruption. Oh wait, I should probably do this just so he has it. There you go.
There we go. Okay. Easily dispatch him. Ludwig comes round a few seconds later.
I think he got away, and I snuff out my armored plate.
He got away. Then we should get away too. Fast, like.
Like yesterday. Carl,
Yes.
as the guy
No,
dies and
I don't think we will. I will definitely get him to court. I say snuffing. We will stay.
Anything interesting on the bodies?
you having a quick look?
I mean,
So I do have to call it right now, so I'm sorry, guys.
No worries.
But
you're
I will
probably
see
not
you
going to want to
next
stick
session.
around for this part anyway, so.
Okay. I will see you next session.
See you next time.
Goodbye.
Okay.
Okay.
See you later, dude.
A quick check of the bodies. We'll go through this next time. How far are we going here?
What I want to do is I just want to check like the bodies on the patrons because I know
Yeah.
that they brought money to gamble.
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
That's what I want to check.
So you're just going to quickly loot the patrons that came here with money. Fine. Okay.
Yep, that's it. And then we're going.
Okay.
Did you say the dying guy looked at me?
The dying guy, as he looked up towards you, He had a smile on his face as the dart went through him and he was swinging towards you. He did not show an ounce of fear. Let's just say that struck you as unusual given the circumstances. He was surrounded by 3 people and he did not care. If anything, he seemed to enjoy it. And on that note, you find 9 silver on the bodies. So all in all, a productive night. And I think we will reconvene.
Have the folks got any armour worth looting off them?
It's a mixture of shoddy leathers, but there are a few shoddy leathers of various body parts.
Ew.
No, we'll just book it then.
Okay. Righto.
So my question
Bye-bye, crime
is,
scene. See you later.
What's up, Oleg?
Yes.
How's
Guess
the
we're
day
leaving
going
town
right now?
again.
how much did this commotion cause as far as the ripple effect? Could Oleg have heard the gunshots?
And it's a fairly big town. It depends what you're doing. So if you are within a stable, so I would say yes, you probably would have heard a
black powder weapon going
unusual
off.
black powder weapon discharge from some distance away.
Okay.
And
if he kind of just snooped around asking people, hey, what's going on, would he have heard ripples of like, oh, there's a scuffle down by the docks?
you would, as you ask questions, most people would not want to look into it any further. Like, most people would be very hesitant to sort of go and investigate, warning you that the witch hunters are probably out doing their thing. Some people might give you a vague direction as to which bit of the town it was, but yes, it would be roughly toward the docks.
Okay.
I'm just going to tell you now that Rogel's first intention is to talk to Ludwig about this, and we're going to try and assemble a mob to citizen arrest the witch hunters.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my.
So
Be prepared for this. Be
Oleg is
prepared for this.
currently
That's fine.
riding a horse. There we go.
Yep. That was my only question. If anybody shows up back at the stables, they will find the donkey and cart ready to leave. And Oleg waiting.
Okay. Oleg is packed. Everything is ready to go.
Oh my god. You're equally
Rogel,
paranoid.
Yoris, and Cole, as you quickly make your way away from this area, no one is coming to assist. It is eerily quiet in town. And
Yes, sir.
despite the fact that there was a black powder discharge, no one seems to care. Or not so much that, people care more about their own lives and toilet roll than they do about anything else in life. And on that note, guys, that is our session done for today. We will be back again in 2 weeks, assuming the world has not ended, and we will be making our way to Drachenfels. And
make sure you wash your hands, everybody.
wash your
Stay
hands.
safe.
And if
Social
anyone
distancing.
says that there's witch hunters in the town and executing gamblers, and